I'd say, is this you, Chris? You back here?
Yeah, so if you want to know about that evidence, I can tell you about it because Seth told me about what it was.
Yeah, Seth, fill us in, man. Fill us in. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, Queen.
And thank you and Katie for your service.
Oh, it's because you're worth it.
We're here for you guys. We support you in everything that you're doing. We support you and stand with you.
Well, thank you. But the evidence that Seth and had mentioned that they had and stuff was there was apparently a black sweatshirt that said Yellowstone on it that they found in some woods or something. They said there was a blanket that they found and things of that nature. They tried to turn it in to law enforcement, and law enforcement asked them where they found it. And when they gave them the information about it, they were kind of like, okay, that really kind of fit the area where they were looking. But when he was trying to make a point of it, I said, well, why don't you just do a DNA test? Swab your cheek and swab the material and submit it in and find out what it is. And if it's nothing, you can throw it away. I don't know where they went with it, but that's basically what it is. They said they found a blanket, they found a sweatshirt, but who knows? The stuff with Terry Lynn, allegedly, from what we understood, law enforcement, she called them, they came to the scene, looked at it. Apparently it's nothing from what we were told, so I don't know. What?
Well, I'm sorry, but hanging out in a parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning in the rain, talking on your live stream, is not searching for Sebastian to me. It just is not. And that's what she was doing all fucking morning.
Well, yeah. Well, I just don't know how people stream for 10 hours straight.
What she's been doing for 25 days.
These tragedy pimps, that's what I said she's tragedy pimping right now, building her channel, getting clicks and views, and it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Well, I mean, it's a twofold deal. It is disgusting on that, but it does keep his name out there, unfortunately. I heard there's a lot of folks pulling back, so.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say in regard to Terry Lynn, like, I will give her credit all day because I have seen her walking through the woods. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it is that catch-22, right? Like, are you doing it because you really want to find him, or are you doing it because you know this will make you have a lot of views?
Exactly.
And then it's like if she does come across him or does find him, it's on a live stream. It's going to be on a fucking live stream for forever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No, it won't be on there forever.
Well, I mean, you know, but I'm saying like the internet's forever, you know?
But you'll never be able to
get it down. But you know what I mean? It just sucks that people do that kind of shit. And it's just like, if you're doing, you know, if you're going to search, then actually search, you know?
True.
Take it serious. You know, that's how I got to say. Like, if you, I mean, I think it's great that people are searching, but I think they should take it serious, you know?
Right.
And I don't know.
You know, I don't know. It's like I said, it is a twofold game. It sucks that there is such negativity out there.
Right.
That's never, and it should never be the result that somebody's looking for. It never should be. Bashing, negativity, none of it. It should be drawing everything right back to the sole purpose. Sebastian is missing. We need to bring our son home.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, it's kind of a playbook with these people. It's really a playbook. They do that with a lot of cases. They start bashing innocent people because it brings them views, and that's how it goes. They've done it on many times in many different cases. You can go back, Dylan Rounds, Quentin Simon, Kylie Rodney, Summer Wells. It's like good cases. Aiden Clune, Karen Reed. Right now, there's a trial where like 15 people are being accused of being murderers and harassed for 2 years who were state witnesses by social media and a blogger. You know what I mean? Like, this is just how they are. And, you know.
Well, so one of my things, and I mean, I can openly say this because myself, Katie, and Seth are living this every single day.
Right.
And there are so many families out there, all these families that are missing loved ones and things of that nature. When it comes to a point where there's no evidence to support foul play, everybody has been extremely cooperative. There's nothing, you know, right now they have nothing. So after a certain period of time, why can't there be like a legislative thing where it puts out where once you get to that point, why can't can somebody come out and say, you know, the parents are in the clear?
Yeah.
I think there should be some legislation out there that should be able to do that. You know, because how long? I mean, you got Summer Wells' family, 3 years.
Yeah.
And God knows there's other cases that are 20 years.
Taunted for 3 years straight. I mean, I talked to the grandmother, and it's awful, the shit they've been through.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think legislation has not caught up to social media. Most of your representatives don't even know how to use an email, let alone understanding social media, Facebook. I mean, you had people asking if TikTok was an online platform. Do you need to go online during the review of TikTok? And I think local authorities have not caught up to the damaging effects. And also, a lot of times it gets fueled by TV like hacks like Nancy Grace, who is a horrible person, OG tragedy pimp and a garbage person, in my opinion. And, that's just my opinion.
Everybody has an opinion, and I'm a firm believer in this. You don't have to like everybody's opinion, but all opinions, I feel, should be respected. I mean, but we're human. We're human, and that's what makes this world go round. Without differences of opinions, and without being able to have an agreement to disagree or disagree to agree, either way.
Agree to disagree, yeah.
It sucks. I mean, if you don't have that, then life is going to be very boring. And nobody's going to be able to see things from a different perspective because they're always going to believe that only their views are right. And I mean, yes, people bash me. They bash Katie and Seth. If you sit back and you look at some of those things, like, yeah, I understand people got upset with me because I was pretty pissed off that night. Yeah, I got it. Was it necessarily the best thing in the world?
I feel like you had every right to be that upset. You had every right to be angry and upset.
Right.
And I understand that I had that right. I understand everybody's personal feelings that I should not have been as aggressive. All right, cool. I respect that. Maybe, but at the same time, I am a person. So is my wife, and so is Seth. We're all grieving in our own ways. Trust me, it's every day is a struggle. You wake up. Yeah. And until these folks have to endure something to this magnitude, they will never truly understand. Never.
No.
I mean, if they were doxxed, although I don't understand doxing, but where they put out all their information.
You were doxxed, yeah. Absolutely. You were absolutely
Katie, my family's been doxxed. But if they start doxing these folks and blasting their information, and no, I'm not by any means am I saying do this. I'm not about this. But if it happened to them, and then it starts causing more problems and chaos, and you get to the point where going in public is sketchy at best, because you're going to have people staring at you. You're going to have people that won't even be near you. I mean, and it's sad because it's like, you know the truth. There's things that that can't be said, and you just wait and you wait and you wait, and eventually, one of two things is going to happen. Mm-hmm. We're going to get an answer, and we're going to move forward. Or two, we're going to be right in that same pool with Summer Wells and the rest of the families that years go by and we have no answers, and we have to endure every aspect from day one. Will continue until there's an answer.
Yeah. But what my thing is that even though people might not like you, I think that's my problem is that one is a feeling and one is not fact. Like, to accuse someone of being a murderer or anything without any facts and just basic pure emotions is like a horrible thing. And that's the thing I really disagree with a lot of these channels with. It's like they've got clouded because they don't like you and they want to make you a villain to justify their disdain for you. And that is horrible. And
they don't even know you. So how can they make a decision on whether they actually like you or not? They know the little bit that you have shown. And I'm sorry, I don't know anybody that's going to put their best face forward when they are when they're facing the tragedy that you and your wife and his father are facing.
Well, this goes back to the old saying, the first impression is a lasting impression. And although that is maybe true, I did not necessarily make the best impression to some people. And that is an impression that they're going to have of me. I'm okay to accept that. But I'm also okay to extend and say, you don't really know me.
Yeah.
So until you actually get to know me, I'm asking that you reserve your opinions about myself, my wife, and Seth. I mean, but Seth is doing his own thing. I am not bashing.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong. Anybody asked me to start, your answer is no. And I want to start the conversation.
I'm actually pretty fucking impressed that you have included him in everything you said.
Yeah. And you've been so kind. So kind. All the way through with him.
I mean, to be honest with you, if I was in your position, I'd be shit-talking Seth right now, too, because he would piss me off. Because he but I respect you. You're a better person than me. Honestly, I think I would be very angry at Seth, and I understand your anger. But yeah, I think it's very good what you're doing.
I think everybody has to understand something. I didn't say I'm not upset with him. I didn't say that.
Right.
What I said is I'm not bashing him.
Yeah.
When Seth is ready to sit down and have a conversation, and that conversation would be something between me, him, and Katie, and nobody else, then that conversation, we will have to air out some indifferences. But I will say this, the likely odds of him and Katie sitting down, I don't see that possibly happening, honestly, just because she is a mom, the mother to his son. And I just don't know. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I kind of had that impression that it was kind of you and Seth did most of the talking, I think, because it felt like to me, rather than him and Katie, because, but I could be wrong. But do you notice, everybody, I want everybody and the people who are listening, do you notice how nice Chris sounds right now when people aren't attacking him and he doesn't feel like he has to be on the defense? You see how nice he is? See what a nice guy he is?
That was pretty much my point. Was that if you, that was kind of my point when, I mean, these families are in the worst moment of their life. They're in turmoil. They're in peril. How do you expect that you're going to be able to see their best side? We don't, and then they're being attacked. Like every person in the audience has a torch and a pitchfork and they're, kill the beast, kill the beast. And you haven't even heard what the beast has to say.
Somebody's got feedback. Somebody didn't pause their YouTube. Chris, did you pause YouTube when you came up?
I'm on internet. I think I'm on YouTube.
Okay, I just didn't know because sometimes it'll cause like the feedback and the noise if it was on, like where you click the link. So I just didn't know if it,
No, actually, I copied it and pasted it into the web bar and went in that way.
It's already gone now, so I don't even hear it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it started echoing real bad for a sec, but it's gone now.
No, I mean, when it comes to, so I kind of thought about this before. Like Dolly flew a drone over my house.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Well,
in my opinion, I mean,
I'm glad it happened when I wasn't home. I probably would have been extremely irate with him.
Right.
But I'm okay. If Dolly, I'm not going to sit here and do the YouTube thing, tit-tat back and forth with these guys. I don't need to record conversations with people. I don't need to find a way to blackmail or use something or twist words. I don't have to. But I'm perfectly okay to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with somebody and hear their side of how they feel and what they think, as the respective, you're going to be willing to do the same for me. If you can't, then I have no desire to talk to people.
Mm-hmm. Well, personally, I think Dolly's just doing it for money. That's his whole thing. He doesn't, I honestly think he just does it for money, and it's just like it's the lowest garbage thing to do to people, and that's why we call him a tragedy pimp, and that's why he's doing it. I don't think you're going to get an honest conversation from that guy. You might as well talk to a chair or a piece of wood. You might get an answer from that before you do with that guy.
I don't like giving up on people right away. I don't. I had great parents growing up. I am from a split household, so I've had the pleasures and the privileges of having multiple parents and multiple families. And a lot of people don't understand that, but if you are from a split home, you'll understand it.
Yep.
But I don't necessarily like giving up on people right away. I give them a chance. You got to give them a chance because what they may have done in the past may not necessarily depict who they truly are in the future. Some people may have bad days,
Yeah. Well, you're not nicer than me. You're a lot nicer than me.
I commend you for having that attitude, especially with everything, all of the rumor, the gossip, the innuendo, and the twisting and turning that's happened as a direct result to your son's case. And I commend you for having that attitude, Chris, because that's very hard to keep. As a creator that's been out here for a number of years, I forget about having that attitude.
Well, I mean, I heard you guys, so I've been listening for a little while. I'll just put that out there. You guys brought up that they had the camera in the field over there in the easement, and Nancy Drew was the lady driving by and blowing the horn and all this. If it makes them happy, it makes them feel like they're getting somewhere, sure, go on ahead. At the end of the day, what they have to deal with is eventually they're going to get a noise ordinance complaint from somebody. You mentioned constantly video streaming me, stalking me. I'm going to tell you now, that's very boring. Very, very boring, because there's not much to watch. You see my truck, you see my trailer. I go to work, I come back, go to my trailer. Ooh, exciting life. Look out, everyone.
Right, and you do it the opposite schedule as everybody else.
Yeah.
I do now, but before, I was on days. Now I'm on nights. And it's okay.
Oh. Sometimes you clean your truck, too. I mean, that might be a thing, too.
Truck got a bath today. Look out.
Yeah, I find it just, the problem with me with that is it's like these people that's just stalking behavior, man. It's like you have a right to some privacy, and you're not a criminal. You're not someone that's, even being investigated. There's nothing to it. And these people are not cops or anything. And how I see it is like Katie's a victim. You're a victim. You're trying to find your son. And these people are just really, they're wasting their efforts. They could be going out there helping organize searches. They could be trying to raise money for billboards, but they're wasting their efforts and wasting people's efforts into just looking at innocent people and harassing innocent people. And that's what I have a problem with. It's you know what I mean? I feel like it's a complete waste of actual effort and time that could have been more productive into something else.
It is and it isn't. It is, depends on how you want to look at it. It can go both ways. And here's why I say that. Do I agree what they're doing is correct? No, I don't. Not at all. I'm not condoning it. However, what it is doing, though, is it does keep Sebastian's situation, not Sebastian's name, the situation in the forefront. So it's not necessarily allowing the case to go completely cold, but yes, a lot of people have pulled back from what I've heard. A lot of the drama, they've said it's a lot of mental stress, honestly. And I understand that. But I'm begging and I encourage people to please take the drama away. Cool. But just don't forget that it is a 15-year-old autistic child that we are all looking for. He's our son. He is, for Sumner County, he's almost like a Sumner County child of the whole county. Everybody is gone to love him and want to know him and more interested. I mean, it's a deep thing. I just don't want to see it turn into a completely cold case, or like where some of these people go out here when they start talking about a new case and then they go, yeah, well, that's kind of like the Sebastian Rogers and the Summer Wells and the rest of these cases. You know,
So that's your greatest fear, that it becomes a cold case, and basically that's
yeah.
And and basically it sounds like you're kind of you're willing to sacrifice your privacy and all these things just to keep this case going, so people can talk about it, so it keeps it to the forefront. Well,
I'll tell everybody this: you want to come after me, you come after me. You leave everybody else alone. You come after me all you want, but you leave everybody else alone. That's the only request that I have. If you need somebody to berate, belittle, blast, whatever, I'll be your man. Throw your darts, whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, I know the truth. Law enforcement knows the truth. Katie and Seth know the truth. And I really don't owe anybody anything other than my wife, my kids, and my family. And the good man upstairs. That's the only people I owe anything to.
Exactly.
It's not right that during your darkest hour you're thrust into the public spotlight. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not just. There's no part of it that says that it's okay to do.
One of your comments, somebody asked about contacting truck stops. Yes, we have reached out to the Loves, the Pilots, the Flying J's, the Petros, American Travel, trucking companies, Truckers Against Trafficking, to try to get them to put flyers out and continuously keep an eye open. And a lot of them have done it. A lot of them are amazing to help.
We need to get magnets made so that the truckers can display it on the back of their trucks. They make a little square magnet that can go on that has it's like the missing flyer, and it can be printed on a magnetic, and it can go right on the back of the truck, and we can get them to truck stops.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. I don't know who would make or where to go and get a quote for the cost of that, but
a lot of times you can take it into like FedEx, Kinko's, any of the printing places. You can buy the magnetic sheets, look on Amazon, and then they run through like an inkjet printer. But that might be something that a bunch of us could get together and try to do.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, whatever we can do, let me know and try to get on it. I mean, honestly, I really would love to find a way to, with the help of everybody, to try to form an event. And it wouldn't necessarily be strictly Sebastian. It's got to be all these missing children, and pull it together and try to get everybody to bringing awareness, and finding a way to fundraise, crowd surf money, whatever, to
Amen.
A way to make it noticeable. If there's a way to blanket every single state across the country with billboards, with rotating, with like, have you seen us? And it's pictures of children that have been missing. You know, please contact, it doesn't matter what law enforcement, just contact law enforcement and provide a number, or the National Center for Missing Children.
Yep.
You know, pop their number, like, and just keeping all these faces fresh. Because, I mean, Summer Wells she would be 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know what the young lady looked like. I don't, and I'm being honest. I know of her case because I remember it was a few days before, a few days after Sebastian. TBI had just released a sketch that projected what she would have looked like at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that, I was like, man, that sucks. And then Sebastian's situation. So it's like, you question, like, how do they deal with this? Well, now we've learned firsthand. And there's not enough resources
No.
up there, period. And if there's a way to bring awareness to that, I mean, that would be phenomenal. I don't know what to call it, how to do it, but it's an idea.
I like the way you think, Chris.
So, I don't know. I had parents that raised me right, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like you're a very good guy. You're better than me. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of like a little saddened that you have to go through this BS, to be honest with you. Because having a conversation with you, you sound like a very nice guy.
So much. Look, he's so different than what he sounded like on Web Sleuths, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just so fucking defensive. And Illuminati, thank you for being up here too. I know I'm sure it's probably makes Chris a little more comfortable with people he knows up here. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you staying up here and hanging out for a little bit.
I think Chris is probably comfortable anywhere that people aren't just raging at him.
Well, yeah, as I said, but I mean, you guys have been pretty. You and your husband have been pretty fucking fair. And I appreciate that because not very many people are, as you see.
We just want to treat people like we would want to be treated. And I mean, in fairness, we were, we were just as damn guilty as everybody else in the beginning, right? And once we realized the error in our ways, we're just about being fair. You can always do the right thing. It's never too late to do the right thing.
Well, you know what? That's right, because you don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? And then once you figure it out, you're like, God damn, man, I can't do that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's good,
Well, I mean, and I said this before, I think if some of these, a good proportion, a lot of these creators of their pages would stop and just go back to what made them want to do this, what made them want to create their page. There had to be a passion. There had to be something that said, you know what, I'm gonna start a page to want to help or to do something. And being realistic and honest is the only thing that you should do. Like, if it was for money, okay, cool. So you do it for money, but then you do it for money in a positive way where you don't have to drive wedges in narratives that are completely oblivious to the situation just to make a click or a dollar. I don't know how that stuff works, to be honest with you. But
You're basically saying that you can make money. You can still make money, but make it money, doing good, basically, instead of trying to do, messed up things like flying drones over people's houses and defaming people, innocent people, of accusing them of crimes, basically.
Well, unfortunately, the problem with that is that there are rules to it, but the rules haven't caught up to the damage that happens along with the exploitation. And there's really no right or wrong other than when the social collective norm comes together and says, all right, this is bad, stop it.
well, I guess I have a stronger sense of wrong and right, I guess, but when I say this, but at some point when you're a creator and you release a show or you're putting your name on it, regardless of all these little quirks that everybody likes to come out and says, well, this show is for entertainment, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You think that's going to stop what could potentially happen to you? No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
Well, that guy says that. We know who you're talking about. The guy says that because he thinks that will save him from a defamation lawsuit. No, it does not. It does not save you from a defamation lawsuit.
No, we're fully responsible as the creators. Anytime you click to go live, not only is there YouTube's terms of service, but if you use a third-party streaming app like Restream or StreamYard, you're also bound to their terms of service as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting seeing how all of these folks try to come out and do this. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You guys really borderline that slander defamation area. It's kind of like, but why? Why even play with it? I don't know.
Because the fact is, to sue any of these people would probably cost you $50,000 to $70,000, or $30,000 to $40,000, and most of these people are broke as a joke and don't have a pot to piss in. So you'd probably be wasting your money to sue most of these people.
Nor a window to throw it out, and if they do, it's probably their parents, and it has 3 mortgages and 4 liens against it. So don't even think about it.
Yeah, unless you want like a lifetime supply of soap from Dolly, that's the only thing you're gonna win from that guy.
No thanks.
And we're not even sure if it actually does its job or if it gives you a skin infection because we've heard rumors and speak of the like.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, another creator, Savage. She got some in the mail and saw it was filthy dirty around the packaging and everything. Yeah.
So gross.
Well,
So
so I heard recently through the grapevine that he created a soap called Katie Come Clean.
Yes, he has it on his website.
He did.
yeah, he's a sick bitch. That's what he is.
Well, my question is, did he get permission
No.
from Katie?
No.
Which, I mean, he kind of has to be careful because that right there is treading in another
Yes,
legal realm that he really doesn't want to go down.
Right.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Because again, he is. See, the moment Sebastian went missing, under the eyes of the law of Tennessee, you, Katie, and Seth are considered, and grandparents and siblings are considered victims. So you have victims' rights. Nobody is allowed to put you under unnecessary surveillance. They're not allowed to tread into your personal life. They're not all the things that have happened to you. They're not allowed to do what they're doing. But there's nothing in place to stop them from doing it unless you collect their information, take it to law enforcement, and then push on it, Chris. That's the unfortunate thing.
But pushing on law enforcement to do that kind of thing
Correct.
is very, very unlikely. I mean, because one, what crime have they actually committed?
Correct. And that's the problem.
And he still has it on his website, by the way.
Yeah,
it's in the back. And I posted in the back the link just in case, so you want to look at it.
Oh, no, I don't. So Dolly's, one of his moderators reached out to me not too long ago. I think his name was Jax. Reached out to Katie as well, and he asked if we wanted to come on Dolly's show. I was very polite. I gave him an answer. He did post it on his show from what I was told. Somebody screenshot it to me. And I basically informed him that, do not contact me or my wife again. You or Jimmy Williams, a.k.a. Dolly Vision. Like, it's simple. Like, if you want to know my information, I can find your information just as quick and easy. But the only difference between you and I is I don't need to make $1 from you. I don't need to make $1 or a penny off of whatever it is that these people want to do. I don't care. We need our son. That's all we need. And to give the love and appreciation back to everybody that has actually helped doing something. That's what we want. But other than that, okay, cool. I mean, I got bills to pay. I got to go back to work. So does Katie. I mean, and it's just the compounding of life is not easy.
You're not living off of GoFundMe or Cash Apps.
No, we don't have any of those. Sorry. I mean, that just, yeah, that goes down a different road I won't go down.
Yeah, I understand that.
And let's not forget, when you order soap, you get a free missing child sticker too from Dolly.
I didn't think she had one of those in her bag, did she?
Look, Savage.
I don't know.
One of the mods got MRSA and was in the hospital.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the, you got to be careful when you
That's a
buy
true fact.
stuff.
Bro.
That's fucking gross, man. That's fucking nasty.
Well, it's okay because he says he did Katie Come Clean as a joke, and if anybody's offended, they need to develop a sense of humor. And he's donating 10% of the proceeds to some charity. And I was like, fucking really? That's how you're going to justify your fucking self? Really?
Well, we're going to need to see a receipt on that because he's pretty well known. We know that these people around here like donate money to places and it never, it stays in their pocketbook.
So he's going to donate 10% and then use that to write off on his taxes. So, that's brilliant.
I'm going to make a lotion called Dickless Dolly.
Nazi. I'll buy this. I'll buy some.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's not good. But yeah.
Does that come with a box of Kleenex too?
Cry bags.
Oh, geez.
No, a sock. A tube sock.
Yeah. You get a crusty, rusty, dusty old tube sock.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it'll come with a new scent called Depression and Self-Loathing.
There you go.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Dolly, you need to make the Depression era soap.
Well, that would actually have to be credited to Katie.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Katie, yes, you've got the rights to that soap.
So how's Katie holding up? Is she doing better? Or is you know what I mean? Like, how's she holding up?
She just stated like shit.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Sorry, baby.
It's like I said, every day you get up, it's a different day, and you have to put one foot forward. You got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a struggle. She's doing her, got to be a big girl and do her thing and keep moving forward. But I mean, the emotional baggage and everything, it will always be there.
Hopefully he comes home soon, your son. I hope he comes home soon. And maybe, this could be just a bad memory. You can move on. I am sorry you're going through this, though. Very sorry you're going through this.
Is there anything that you need from us or you would like from us that we can help with? Is there anything like that we can help to do other than what you've said by still keeping his face out there, touching on, these are his stats. This is where he went missing from. He's still missing. Law enforcement is doing their job. Is there anything else we can do?
I could add to it. She's thinking right now, but some of the things I would add to it is, the world operates on networking, connections and networking. Who you know and what you know. And everybody out there, doesn't matter how small or how big the connections may have connections to something that can always contribute to posting a flyer, putting it up on a sign, radio stations. I don't know. I mean, people have friends in the most weirdest places that sometimes those friends can be extremely beneficial. And there's no other way to make this possible without human interaction. So to me, connecting with people is like the biggest thing out there.
And wherever you are, I would say wherever you are across the country, because I know there's people all over the place watching. Just to, if you're out and about and you have flyers, just keep asking businesses to spread them. Some chains will spread them to their other stores.
You are such a strong mama.
I'm so sorry.
I just wish I could give you a hug right now.
Oh, you'd have to fight the ankle biters.
I lost my ankle biter. I missed her really bad.
Well, we got two of them, and one of them was supposed to kind of be mine, and however, they've bunch of traitors.
Traitorous dogs.
They're loving up on Mama. They know she needs it right now.
Yeah. Oh, they. When I'm not home, she just lets them sleep in the bed. I can y'all are in the pen.
Well, that answers your question why they like Katie more than you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
The chat's showing you love, Katie. They said they're showing you some love.
She says thank you. And see, she does speak. She doesn't speak often, but she does.
Well, it's tough speaking when you're live streams. You know what I mean? People are it's tough going on live streams and start. When you first come on. So I understand.
A few weeks ago, people were saying how Chris is so overbearing. He's talking for Katie and this and that. And I was telling Queen Bee a couple weeks ago. I said when my family, my brother and my sister passed away at a young age, and when they passed away, my husband took over for me. He did everything that I couldn't do because I was so distraught. And then when his mother and father passed away, I did everything for him when he was distraught. And I mean, it's just what you do for your spouse. It's called loving your spouse and taking care of your spouse. And it goes both ways. I'm sure if this was God forbid that you were in this position, Katie would do the same for you, And I mean, I don't see anything wrong with what you've been doing. I think you're a gentleman and you've been taking care of your wife just like you should, as a perfect gentleman, just like any other husband would do, just like any wife would do for their husband, I commend you for it.
I try. Like I said, I ain't necessarily the gentlest person in a China shop, but
right.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I totally, from one bowl to another. I get you. I get you, Chris.
I think that bothers me the most when people assume that Katie just won't speak or won't talk. That's not true. And I think the saddest part is that Chris and Katie are very, in my opinion, and I will speak for fiance when I say this too, very good people. And it's really sad that even when they do come out and speak, they're not yelling. You know what I mean? They're not being confrontational because someone's coming at them. Even when they just have normal conversation, it gets twisted up. And it's how does that even, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. I can't stand it. But
well, I mean, that's easy. I mean, people twist and turn every little comment, every little word. Well, there's a pause. Look, there was a pause.
Yeah.
Oh, that hand twisted. I understand people are trying to find an answer. Truly, I got it. I understand that. But
I want an answer more than all of you combined, I promise.
I bet.
it just, I don't know. It's one of those things people will never understand unless they're in the situation. And I don't ever recommend people or wish this on anybody either. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even wish this on sick.
Yeah, as a parent, I can't imagine what you guys are going through, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully this lets more people know that what they think of you is wrong. That you're not this overbearing person. You're a terrible person. All that stuff, and they actually start thinking about the facts instead of thinking their preconceived emotions or listening to people like T-Rev or Dolly Vision for their opinions and think for themselves and listen and think to themselves, should we continue in this hate campaign against people who are innocent, or should we think for ourselves and say, these people are good people who are not bad people, and we're actually harassing good people in the worst time in their lives. And maybe those people should look in the mirror and say, maybe that's not the best thing to do. Be good.
Well, I mean, one of the things I kind of, so I guess what's her name, Bullhorn Betty? I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
We currently have there's a litigation between Across Motion. She's suing us, and Queen's got a countersuit against her. Let's just say that much.
okay, so I will be careful in what I am saying. However, I think to me it's very interesting how her dynamics, how like her little spin on things, and kind of like her and JLR were a group at one point. I guess they split apart, but
Yeah.
her notoriety in JLR's I think came from the Gabby Petito case, if I remember correctly. I may be off.
Yes,
but
that's where that is Betty and JLR. That's where YouTube met Betty and JLR.
Yep.
During Gabby Petito down at Brian Laundrie's home.
So I sit there and I wonder, like, if can she do some actual good without having to do all the things that she's done in the past? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing with that, Chris. She thinks she is doing good because she doesn't see that she's doing anything wrong. She's acting within her rights, her own words, and what she claims. So that's kind of the problem with that.
Gotcha. So I guess I don't know. In a way, you kind of almost some of these creators should probably go take a few classes in law before they start doing some things.
Well, she knows.
They might be able to know what they're doing.
Oh,
she knows
well,
what she's doing in Florida.
no.
All right, so here's a funny little thing. People can look this up. It's great. Tennessee, a couple years ago, back when there was all this rioting, people stepping in front of the interstates blocking traffic, there were several states across the country that passed a law. If you're impeding traffic and you get ran over, that's on you. And Tennessee was one of those states that adopted that. And it sucks that that they don't really understand it. Like, because don't go somewhere that you don't know the laws and expect to have all the freedoms you think that you're entitled to or that you think that you get because you made a mistake and went, oops, I was dumb and didn't know something. And, well,
like the Americans that just got picked up in Turks and Caicos because they crossed in there and they didn't realize that there was an old ammunition from a hunting trip 6 months ago in their bag, and now they're having to serve 12 years minimum.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll keep my responses about this BHB because on this channel I don't like her.
Unfortunately, our hands are really tied. We can't tell you what we really.
No, I don't want you to because one, I don't want to. Litigation is litigation. That stays outside of.
Yeah.
My thing with Bullhorn Betty is I think she's very quick to jump to an opinion.
Yeah.
But she's never once actually, as far as I know, actually reached out to have a conversation with me. I mean, people send me clips of her, and it's been interesting. But I wish her the best. I don't wish negative on people. I don't.
Yeah. Well, life is strange. Life is definitely strange.
Probably a really world for you to be thrust into, huh? People from here, there, and everywhere that want to weigh in on your life and have a say when they're really just strangers that don't know anything about you. And I've put a lot of assumptions on you. It's got to be absolutely like you've entered reverso weirdo land for you.
Well, it's actually, so we've sat back for so long, been quiet and reserve and whatnot. Now I've gotten a lot of messages from strangers, people I've never met before, and they're like, "Have you seen what's going on?" I'm like, "No, what's going on?" They're like, "Everybody's turning on each other." I'm like, "Huh?"
Mhm.
They're like, "Oh yeah, this person's blaming this person. This person." I'm like, "Oh, well,
Yeah, welcome to YouTube. That usually happens a lot more often than not, unfortunately.
Right around the full moons, this place gets really freaking wild.
Yeah, November is usually the big day. Usually for a lot of backstabbing, that's usually the big one. That's the day before Christmas is usually.
Yeah, that's the last payout before Christmas because so from the middle of November to the middle of December, it's insanity around here.
Yeah.
oh my god."
Crazier than this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
girl. Honey, this is just a regular old Monday.
Calm.
Hey, we ain't even hit a holiday on this yet.
Yeah, this is calm, actually.
Nope. I'm about to start cooking.
Wait till June 15th.
Mm.
Oh Lord.
That's when Summer Wells went missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It gets crazy on these streets around that time,
Oh,
which is very sad.
by the way, Quinn, I got to skedaddle. It's good meeting you. It's good meeting you, Chris and Katie. I hope you find your son, and thank you for jumping up.
No, thank you.
Tim.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye.
We'll see you later, bud.
Good night.
He has to get up and work early, so he jumps off. Usually about these in New York too. So
Oh my goodness, bless his heart.
yes, he's up pretty late hanging out with us.
Well, that needs in New York.
It's called Christmas.
Yes, we call it Christmas around here.
Yo, you people are cray-cray. Like, oh my God.
Yes, it's called Griffmas, not Christmas. It's Christmas Griffmas.
Griffmas.
And you'll see it. They'll start grifting around October, November. That's usually when it starts.
So everybody just attacks everybody, huh?
Oh,
pretty much. It's
you want the screenshots that are a minimum of 6 months old so that you can pick up an old fight. Mhm.
Oh my God.
Digging up bones.
I
We're
think that's
digging up
probably-
bones.
That's probably my favorite part of being on YouTube is because it's not like my income, right? Like so I love it because it's like, I don't know. I watch all these people like, it is like grifting is a real thing, right?
Oh, it is. Oh, yes, girl. You ain't seen shit yet.
Oh my God.
Oh no, you got. You'll get a little taste of it right around starting between the 1st of June, leading up to the 15th. It'll get real hard, and then it kind of coasts off for the summer. But just wait, August. They start right around August again to get that school supply money in, and then October, November.
Yep.
The fact that you guys know this is a cycle is crazy.
Sidebar. Look, we try to fucking hide. We try to hide till it's over.
So I mean, is it really that profitable?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Can be.
it is.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people on here who have very big hearts.
That's the thing. They have a lot of big hearts. In our community, we have a lot of people that really give a fuck.
Yep.
Like they really
Yep.
do. Like I said, there's a lot of people here that support you and Katie. Like there's a lot of people here that really support you and Katie.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. We're not money people. We don't do
I'm
that
just
kind
saying,
of
like
stuff.
support you in general. You know what I mean? Like this, we have a very good community. And if you were to say, hey, we need this, or something happened, they are very quick to want to help. Very quick to want to help.
Yes. Like if you
Anybody
guys
with anything, it doesn't even matter what it is. You know what I mean? You can say, I have to move tomorrow, and they would want to help you. You know what I mean? It's just like there's a lot of caring people. Like there's a lot of people with big hearts.
from finding you
People
an
take
RV
advantage of
site.
it, you know?
Yep, from finding you an RV site to helping you get packed to fuel to the whole nine. I mean, like that's the community. Like when any of us have had a problem, everybody's come together for one another to help. We've
Man.
built our own little village.
That's amazing. Like I never thought this existed or anything like that existed in general.
Right now.
There's a lot of psychos on here, but there's also a lot of very good people. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Katie. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I just said right now I'm hoping it's gonna work on finding Bubba.
Me too.
For the record, I'm the only one that really calls him Bubba.
I think that's cute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the sweetest.
We love his little sweet tea, what was it?
Green
The green
tea.
tea video? Yeah.
Oh, green tea.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, Mama," and I said, "Oh, this is gonna be good. Hold on." And I pulled out my phone, and he went, "Green tea," and then I stopped recording. But right after that, he was like, he just thought he was the funniest person on planet Earth. I mean, he just started over laughing at himself. And I wish I'd have kept recording, but he did. No shit, y'all. He bent over laughing because he thought he was just so funny.
So
I tell you what though, man, he'll get a one-liner in there every once in a while, and you just kind of like, really, where'd you pull that out of?
Like, did you, dude, that was a good one. And they come out of nowhere too when you're not expecting it, and you just like lose your place, and you're like, did you just verbally kick my ass?
That's cute.
Yeah, he seems like he has a big personality for such a young, for such a young guy, such a young kid.
He does
Yeah.
have a lot of personality. I mean, he's got that teenage attitude going on where he's all over the place. So one minute
Oh,
he's
yeah.
angry, and the next minute he's laughing and joking, and the next minute he's like, I'm going to my room.
Aww.
What are you doing? Nothing. I don't want to know.
Such a sweet
But
baby too.
he's still young at heart too. Like mentally he's young. He still likes to play with his Legos, and he likes.
Hey, I'll play with Legos. Watch out.
Yeah.
Right.
I like Legos too, though. So
Well, he has I think it's called Marble Run. It's where you can build. It's like a puzzle, but you build like little tracks, and it's got marbles, and they race down the tracks. It's super fun. But that's been one of his latest things that he'd been playing with. He was all about making his marble runs.
That's pretty cool. I was just
That's
gonna ask what
awesome.
was his favorite thing to do. What was his favorite, his favorite toy, his favorite game?
Well, everybody in the world knows his favorite video game, Minecraft. But I don't know. He loves to play Mario Kart. He's got all the Mario games, Mario 8, Mario, all the Mario racing games. I can't remember all of them. The Superstars. Every time he hears of a new Mario game coming out, he's like, I gotta have that one. And we sit up with we've even got the little like wheels, the racing wheels.
Steering wheel.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
That you put the little Switch controller in and turn it into a steering wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets serious. He'll be like, "You're going down."
That's too funny.
Well, the worst part is he kicks my butt half the time in it too.
So that's it, Mom. You're going down,
Mm-hmm.
kicking your butt.
Well, it's like the picture with him in front of the big trophy. That was a thing that we took him to for his birthday, and we let him pick his team. And I'll be darned if they didn't win.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he was super
Wow.
stoked for that.
Well, it's one of those game show like experience things. So you go in and it's like you're on a game show because he loves watching game shows on the Game Show Network. He's
Oh, fun.
obsessed with Family
Get
Feud.
after my own heart.
Loves Family Feud. Hell, he watches Wheel of Fortune with me. He don't never guess the puzzles. But I'm trying to remember the name of the other one that he likes watching. It's the one with the whammies.
Press your luck.
Press your luck.
Right, look.
Sure
Yeah.
luck. He likes
Yeah.
that one too.
Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. No way.
That used to be one of my favorites.
He sits in here. No whammies.
What's his favorite color?
Green.
Green.
What was his
Green through and
favorite?
through. No questions asked.
What's his favorite subject in school?
Math.
Oh, that kind of depends. There's some days he's like math, some days PE.
Oh,
Yeah, it depends on what
That's a
they're
good
doing.
choice.
It
That's
depends
a good
on it depends on if he got to do what he wanted to do that day or not.
Yeah, there you go.
So what about The Price is Right? Did he like watching that?
No, he didn't really watch that one very much. Family Feud is his favorite. That's his number one go-to.
Favorite food?
Oh God. Ooh.
Sushi.
Well, I was gonna say sushi, but tofu is a good contender.
No, he'll prefer
But
sushi.
plain tofu, not fried tofu,
Steamed.
like steamed, no sauce.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It
That's
must
odd
be
for a kid.
him.
Just plain tofu, warmed up. Eat it all day long. But sushi, I'd have to say is probably his number one favorite. But tofu's up there with it.
Okay, I gotta ask, who got him started on the tofu?
Oh,
So, well,
I don't even know how he got turned on that one. What was it?
he got turned on tofu because we went to it was either a pho or a Thai restaurant. And we went to have, this was in California.
Now I remember.
Katie and I went and had, I think it was curry. and
They don't eat anything even remotely.
Yeah, anything spicy, he just like, oh God, no. Pepper is like eating habanero pepper to him. I mean, that's how sensitive he is. But he didn't like anything on the menu. She was like, well, I have tofu. And he was like, tofu? And she was like, yeah. So she brought him a piece of it fried and a piece of it steamed for him to try. And he bit in the fried one. And he was like, ugh. But when she let him have the piece of that steamed, I don't think he could get it in his mouth fast enough. And that included the entire cube. It was ridiculous. But ever since then, he's been strung on tofu.
Oh my goodness, that is
You
such
know
a
what?
great
All it takes is a kid to try it one time, you know? If they like something, you know what I mean? They'll try it once and be like loving it.
Oh yeah, he loves fish. Like, if you offer the kid fish or steak, it's fish every time, no questions asked.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing because, you know, that's good for you too, you know?
He eats pretty healthy. He likes his vegetables. He loves the little sweet peppers and bell peppers, and he eats
Oh, that's good for you then.
like squash and zucchini. I mean, Brussels sprouts. Oh my God. Every single time we go to the store, Mom, will you eat Brussels sprouts?
Okay.
That's awesome. It's really hard to get kids to eat like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
What's worse is I'm sitting here cutting them up, trying to prep them to cook them, and he's eating them raw fast as I can cut them.
What's his favorite junk food?
Anything chocolate?
Anything with sugar in it. Nutella.
I was going to say probably cookies, Nutella, chocolate, something, you know what I mean?
Honestly, chocolate malt, extra malt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard that story on Clues the other night. Tell that story, Chris. That's
So him and my stepdad went out, and they wound up going to Culver's. I don't know if y'all have Culver's out there. It's like a burger joint. And they have shakes and malts and things like that. Well, my stepdad always had malts growing up as a kid. And they ordered it, and Sebastian didn't know what it was. And my stepdad ordered him one, and he got it. And oh my God. Anytime we go to Culver's, can I get a malt? Extra malt? Chocolate, extra malt? It's like, good Lord, kid. And I mean, he is a malt fanatic. He loves them.
Katie, did you know that you can buy just that malted milk powder in the grocery store?
It's gonna be.
You have it?
Yeah, I make him milkshakes at home sometimes.
Oh man, sometimes I'll do that. I'll put a little scoop of that in my chocolate milk.
I got you a better one.
I quit buying Nesquik because the last time I got Nesquik powder, he just ate it with a spoon.
He did that with a malt powder.
Dude, you can't do that.
I don't blame him. It's good. Just
I mean,
plain.
it is, but dang on, like straight to the spoon, just no milk, just ate it. I went to bed one night, I woke up the next morning, and I was like, what the hell? Why is this container empty? What are you doing?
He went out there and ate that chocolate.
Oh no, he's done a couple of good ones where like so he knows like my rule is if you empty the jar, just throw it away. I don't care, throw it away.
And then tell us we need more.
Yeah, no. This knucklehead decided one night to eat everything out of the jar, put the lid back on it, set it back in the cabinet, put the spoon in the sink, and then he goes to bed. Gets up and you find it and you're like, hey, why did you eat it? I didn't. Yeah, and the chocolate is all over his face. Like, you get to wipe your face.
Busted.
Man, like, yeah. Watch it.
Dude, you're allowed to get a snack, but don't eat all the sugar in the world. You already can't sleep.
sounds like a typical teenager.
Or something.
Sounds like a typical teenage boy thing to do.
All day long. Like, make yourself a peanut butter and jelly with, like half a teaspoon of peanut butter and 5 tablespoons of jelly.
Jelly coming out all 4 sides on the bread.
Mm-hmm. Then again, he loves peanut butter too, so. He's Swiss cheese. Good Lord, Swiss cheese. The child likes Swiss cheese. Every single time we go to the store, Mom, can I get some Swiss?
Get some Swiss.
Oh, the only one that eats Swiss cheese.
Like, yeah, but you're responsible for eating it, right? And like, not just any Swiss, like baby Swiss and lacy Swiss, like the worst, stinkier Swiss. And then he likes to come over near me and be like, and wave it near my face. I'm like, bleh.
Good job.
I love it. He tortures with cheese.
Yes.
And he likes ham, but he wants the Virginia brand ham. So we got to go to the deli counter and get his Virginia brand ham.
See, mine they like pineapple ham. That's bad. Gemini, you're up here with us. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing?
Hanging in there, chit chatting. What's up?
Oh, I'm just minding my business while not minding my business. I guess that's why I came up here. So,
Okay. Come join the conversation, huh?
Nosy, not nosy.
hey, I don't mind. I mean, I'm looking at the conversation, even though it's probably evolved from the main topic. But when I'm seeing this social media stalking, heckling, harassment, lies, and rumors, et cetera, you know, I was like, okay, I'm down for that. We can chop it up. The only thing is I've had one too many sippy cups, so now I have to behave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say you're down for stalking and harassment? Because I really don't like that.
Yes, I'm down for that
it's
conversation.
Conversation.
I'm picking, hun. You said you'd had too many sippy cups. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, which means I'm still actually become sharper. So the fact that I'm still coherent and can understand what you say after all my sippy cups is probably my superpower. But maybe I'm lying. How y'all doing tonight?
Good. How you doing, man?
Hey, buddy.
I heard this
How are ya?
morning. I don't know y'all area codes. I'm assuming it's night. It's night for me. It's a night and it's full of trouble and booze.
I was.
It is nighttime, and I'm in Wyoming. I live by Yellowstone, in the middle.
Why, oh my, oh why?
I'm in Minnesota.
Whew.
I'm in
Man.
Illinois, about 3 hours, 3 hours from Chicago.
Oh gosh, so I'm the only one that's in a hated state. I'm in Florida. Yeah,
Oh.
y'all all in the safe state. See, nobody's talking bad about Wyoming, Illinois. Like, oh, it's like, but Florida's like Florida, man, breaking now. You know, I'm like, gosh, dog, give me a break. Hey,
I don't know. We're only 2 states north of you, so
What was it?
Yeah.
Florida man strikes again.
oh yeah, Florida man lives on forever, definitely. How y'all doing? What's up? Don't let me slow down the conversation. I'm just listening to y'all.
We're just chit chatting, kind of, just hanging out.
Yeah, kicking the bobo, as I would say, but I guess I'm giving away my age when I talk like that. Yeah, we're just out here kicking the bobo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know, these YouTube streets, I will say this, let me ask questions. So, has any of y'all personally experienced that? Because I'm new to the YouTube streets. I try to stay private. And, you know, some people get nosy. They want to know more about your real life, even though I think my, this persona is probably more exciting than my real life as being a daddy and a hubby and all that. So, I mean, has any of y'all had drama in these YouTube streets, like outside, the way it started in YouTube and it spilled into your real life?
Yeah, quite a bit. I guess maybe, I don't know if you probably missed a little bit of this.
Yeah, I missed it. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay, so basically we're talking to the parents. Their child is he's missing right now, and so we were just kind of going over some stuff that he liked and visiting with the parents and stuff like that. So
That is crazy.
yeah, so just kind of hanging out. That's why, and they're being heckled and harassed and talk shit too, and people are following them and stalking them. And imagine that your kid goes missing, or something goes on, then you got the fucking internet doing and saying stupid shit, making up rumors and lies, and just heckling and harassing and bugging up.
Digging
That's
into
what's going on right now. So we was just having a serious little talk. You know what I'm saying? She was reminiscing about her baby and chit chatting, just shooting the shit. That's all we was doing.
Giving them a safe place.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
honestly,
wow. Stuff like this I take serious. I'm listening.
Yeah.
and we were learning about Sebastian because it seems to be sometimes he gets lost in all the
Chaos.
yes, and we were just giving a couple of parents an ability to share with us their little things about him.
Man. Oh, I couldn't even imagine, because I say this, I have 3 kids and I have 2 older kids, i.e. teenagers, right? So teenage son, teenage daughter, and then I have a little one who's will be 2 later this year. And so, when it comes to parenting, I understand every aspect as far as just, I don't have any adult kids, but just that dynamic of having a teenage dealing with that energy and then having a youthful young kid, right? And that's one thing I'm always conscious of being out here on any platform, not just YouTube, just because people have an energy and sometimes the humanity gets lost on here. And I like just capping and jaw jacking and kicking the bobo and doing all this crazy stuff. But then sometimes you cross that line, and then that's when you see the parent side of me rise up, or the big brother, or whatever you want to call it and stuff. So I missed a lot, but I would say this, like, what stops any of y'all from wanting to just quit and just be like, you know what, I'm done with this social media, this is too much for me and I'm no longer logging in? Like, what keeps you with that goal to continue to want to do this?
These moments right here, right now, where we've got the parents that have a missing child, and we were able to completely get lost for half hour, 45 minutes, and just sit and have a conversation and provide exactly what we had in that moment. And our regularly scheduled programming. Sorry about the interruption. Hey, Katie, let's talk about the fancy Alpine lace cheese. I am totally not a fan of it. It smells but you know what? When it melts, oh man, you can melt that over some ham and make a panini. Oh, Grandma loves a good panini. I'll be right back.
Agree to disagree. I don't like Swiss at all. But like I told Sebastian, people are allowed to have different flavors. People are allowed to like different things. And if he likes it, more power to him. I support him liking something I don't like. I think that's a valuable lesson.
I think that's a very valuable lesson.
It's funny how, like, when you sit back and think about little things like that, like it's a life lesson over some stupid cheese that stinks. But, you know, he loves that stupid cheese. I still have it in the fridge.
Well, favorite cereal?
Different every time we buy a box.
Anything with sugar.
Well, he was
Right.
on Lucky Charms pretty hard for a while.
No, he was on the Reese's Pieces.
Well, that was the next thing I was gonna say, and then he went on Reese's Pieces for a while. He was on that s'mores cereal for a little while. He went on a kick for that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of really good.
Occasionally he'll eat frosted mini wheats, so that's kind of cool.
Or even Raisin Bran, but he got off Raisin Bran. I don't know what happened. Like one day he just decided he didn't like raisins anymore.
Well, raisins can be deceptive. Have you ever thought you were getting a chocolate chip cookie and it turns out to be an oatmeal raisin? Ugh, deceptive.
Yep.
Yep. We're heartbreaking in that right there.
Yes, isn't it though? Isn't it? Like
I don't know
if
if it's ooey and gooey, and then you got a bowl of ice cream to put with it. I don't know. I can get down. I can get behind that.
I don't
Okay.
know. His favorite drink ever is just milk. But he loves the Martinelli's apple juice, specifically the Martinelli's in the glass bottle, not the plastic ones, Mom.
He wants a grenade. He's got to have a grenade.
Yeah, that glass grenade. Yes, it's the glass shaped with the apple.
Plastic ones. Don't buy him the plastic ones. He has to have it in glass because he's bougie like that. We went to when we were, I think it was Costco. When we were in there, and I was like, "Oh, Bubba, they got your apple juice," and he said, "Well, hold on," and he went over and tapped on it. He said, "That's not the right one, Mom. I don't even want that." Okay.
It tastes different in the glass bottle than it does the plastic bottle. I get it.
Well, that's just like a Coke. I don't care who you are. You got Coke in a can and a bottle, and a glass bottle, and a fountain drink. And by far, the ones in the glass bottles, and then the fountain drinks, and then a canned Coke, and then you got plastic bottles.
Oh no!
But if it's a canned Coke in a cooler full of ice, a canned Coke on ice, that is almost as good as a glass bottle of Coke.
I don't know. Well, actually, do you prefer the American or the Mexican?
I actually like Mexican Coca-Cola much better than I like American
Coca-Cola because they use real cane sugar instead of
sugar.
That, corn syrup.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Wyoming, they make Pepsi, and we have it. We have it all with real sugar here too.
But you know what? Sebastian won't touch anything carbonated. Nothing. He hates carbonation.
Interesting.
I think it's a sensory issue thing for him.
Yep, the bubbles.
He can't stand anything even lightly carbonated. He can't stand it.
That's interesting.
Because he's got sensory issues, but you know, each kid, you know, person, everything is, you know, unique to them, and for him, carbonation is a hard no. He has never drank a soda a day in his life. He's had a sip and hated every single time.
Funny, he didn't like that, but he likes his sugar in a different format, not in a liquid format. Then,
yeah, unless it's like chocolate milk.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the carbonation bubbles then.
Yeah, carbonation specifically. Because, I mean, I do the flavored waters, and he was really into it with me. So every day we'd go and we'd make our like little water talks, and we'd do different recipes. We got a whole water bar set up, and he'd help me pick out flavors, and he'd make his own waters.
Mhm.
But I use sparkling water sometimes, and he would every once in a while he would grab my drink and drink it because he was being funny, and he's like, "Oh, I drink your water." Well, he every once in a while he'd grab it, and it would have carbonated water in it, and he'd take one sip and be like, "Bleh." I'm like, "That's why you don't drink people's drinks without asking, dude."
I'm trying to roll through and see. Chat was asking some pretty good questions.
So has he ever eaten? Did he like Pop Rocks?
No, he does not like Pop Rocks.
Probably the feeling of that, you know. I mean,
He's weird. Like when he first got glasses, it was really difficult to transition and to get like accustomed to that. He's been in them for years and years now, so he's used to it. But like hats, he likes hats, but he can't stand wearing them.
Okay.
So he tries, but he only manages to wear them for like a few minutes, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm done. Get it off me."
Would he prefer like sweats over jeans?
Um,
Or shorts over pants?
he likes shorts over pants, but once he gets transitioned into pants, so like in the fall, once the weather turns and it's no longer acceptable short weather, once he gets used to wearing pants, it's not a problem. He wears them every day without a question. But it's the transition. So like when the weather starts getting warm, when he can start wearing shorts again, and then that's all he wants to wear, if that makes sense.
just a troll said, I'm the same with makeup. I love collecting it, but I hate wearing it.
So for him, it's
Well, you know what? I got the same thing with money. I love collecting it, but I hate spending it.
I agree.
Agreed, right?
No, for him, I don't necessarily think he had like a significant preference of pants over shorts so much as it was whatever he's accustomed to wearing.
Right.
So like once he transitions into pants, he gets used to just throwing pants on every day, and he doesn't try to wear shorts. Vice versa. Like even at night, like so it goes fluid. So like he'll wear sleep pants when he's in the wearing pants phase, and then when we transition back to shorts, he actually starts wearing shorts to bed too, like his pajama shorts and stuff. So he tends to be reasonably consistent.
Nice. Did you guys do like very structured routine like that? Like the structured routine in life, or could you just go by the seat of your pants and he would be cool to go along with the ride, or was it one of those that you have to prepare? I know changing gears can be hard.
Mixed answer on that. So overall, yes, he does much better when he is on a regular routine. And thank you. So like for getting up at about the same time every day and having the same routine to get up and get ready to get out the door, and nighttime routine, taking medicine, taking shower, getting ready for bed, same thing in the morning, getting up, brush your chair, brush your teeth, put your clothes on, make your bed, take your medicine, get your backpack, are you hungry? Do you want to take food for lunch, or do you want school lunch? That type of thing. And then, he leaves at the same time every day. But at the same time, it's like after school, once, if we've got to go to the store, it's not a huge problem if it's all of a sudden like, oh no, we need to run to the grocery store, so he's easily able to do that for the most part. So yes, he's able to just like go run some errands and things like that, but he's also, for the most part, we try to keep him on a regular routine so that he functions better. If you have sporadic bedtimes and everything, then he starts having more difficulty with being on track and on task and everything, or he'll he doesn't really sleep very well.
Right.
So his sleep routine has never been specific, but it's it's downtime, it's quiet time, it's you remove the stimulus, screen time shuts off at the same time every day so that you have that decompression time. And we have the the night lights and the little fidgets for the self-stimming and everything, because that's you can't make them just do nothing, but
Right.
it's turning off all the screens and okay, we're going to be quiet. I understand you're not necessarily going to sleep, but you're going to lay in the bed and relax.
I saw a couple of people asking about what temperatures that he likes. Is he a cold person? Is he a warm person?
He
Like I'm hot blooded.
He prefers to be inside. And the inside stays pretty consistent.
And
But I will say
that's cool.
he absolutely loves going swimming. So I mean, he loves the summer because he can get out and he can go swimming.
Oh, water,
and,
baby.
we can do more stuff.
Yep.
We did a lot more of it when we were in California. We used to go hiking a lot. They have I know they have it here, but they have like waterfalls and beach
Yeah.
hiking and everything out there that we used to go to, and he really enjoyed that. But then again, he also really loves going outside and building and having snow fights. When we had that rain, or not rain, but the frozen snow, when it was too cold to even make a snowman.
Oh, around Thanksgiving time.
We were still outside throwing,
Snowballs.
ice at each other. He was trying his best to make snowballs, but it wound up just being throwing handfuls of fluff across the yard.
Girl, it
Yes.
snowed on me today.
He for the most part though, he likes being inside. He's the kind of kid that would rather play video games and be inside hanging out than outside playing football, but he does like going out, and he likes playgrounds, and he loves like the trampoline places and running. And
Hey,
and yes, he does like to read Minecraft books.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
So we go to Barnes and Noble every so often, and he picks out books. And the only ones that he has genuinely showed interest in, and even read more than once, they have Minecraft novels.
Are
And
you kidding me?
I am not. They're actually thick. They're a couple hundred pages. And I bought him all the ones that we could find, and he loves them.
So they're chapter Minecraft books.
Actual storybooks.
Ooh, all right. I got a little guy in my world that likes those, so
I didn't even know they made those.
I had no idea.
Look up at Barnes and Noble. I think one of them is called Voyage or Voyager. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look. But
I just wrote it down, so I'll find it. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome. He likes Barnes and Noble because there's Starbucks in there too.
Ew.
Double whammy. Get the books
Freaking
in the Starbucks.
stupid cake pops.
Oh, those are my daughter's favorite.
Every single time we're near a Starbucks, Mom, can we get a cake pop?
Never fails.
Both the kids love them to death. I'm like, for the cost of one of those cake pops, I can buy a cake mix and make y'all a dozen cake pops.
Not the same though, Mom.
It's not the same. It doesn't have the face.
Those Starbucks cake pops, like I don't know what they put in them, crack something. Like they are so good.
He's
Red
very
number 7.
particular. He's very, very particular.
What kind of cake pop would he choose?
All of them.
All of them.
They're right. Any of them doesn't matter. It
don't matter what it is.
They're all good.
You would probably take the chocolate one, then the birthday cake one,
The cookies and cream when they have it.
and then his last one he would probably choose either going to be vanilla or strawberry.
Strawberry. He would go for the strawberry. But normally it's like if they got one of the silly, like, I don't know what to call it. Like their little, you know how they always have one that's like extra. It's got like a face or something fun for the kids on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He would go for that one if they have it.
I can't honestly because I don't live where there's Starbucks. I'm sorry. So I'm trusting you on this. We don't have those. The closest one is like 100 miles away. So
They do decorated cake pops sometimes.
I like their pumpkin bread.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's the best.
the cake pops change with each season. Interesting. Oh, okay. See, I'm missing out on something.
Is she wearing Ugg boots too?
No, I got a pair of snow boots. They're not Uggs.
Oh,
Those of us that live in snow can't wear Ugg boots. They don't last. You have to wear actual winter boots.
Yeah, we have to wear those Sorel packs. We can't get away with Uggs.
They don't call us Minnesota for nothing.
that ain't the truth.
Why snowing? Yeah.
You know, surprisingly, he likes the Starbucks refresher drinks.
I like the pink drink. That's my favorite.
He likes that one. He liked the what was it, the acai swirl one? Or no, dragon fruit swirl.
Oh yeah, that one's really good.
He loves dragon fruit and mango.
Mm-hmm.
Mangoes are pretty good though. I got to give him that.
Well, we did a thing where we agreed that when we go to the grocery store, we go through the produce section, and if they look decent, because sometimes things just are no good, but we try every time we find something we've never had before, and we'll buy one, and we will try it.
Nice.
I used to do that with my kids when they were younger. My kids are all adults now, but yeah, I used to do that with my girls. It was fun.
I also live where the produce section is a little questionable at best. So again, I'm missing out on all the fun things. You guys sound like you got way more fun stuff than I do.
Well, it's how he found out that he absolutely loves mangoes, but he does not like star fruit, but he loves dragon fruit.
I didn't like star fruit either. That was kind of weird. Have you ever tried one of those horned melons?
No.
They're kind of like a cross between a cucumber and a cantaloupe.
Huh. The horned
melon. The horned melon. They're like the yellow, the bright yellow of the, and then they've got like little poker things on them, and they look like horns. They're called a horned melon.
Huh. Okay. I have to look one of those up. I've had jackfruit. You ever had jackfruit?
Jackfruit's really good.
Oh my goodness. One of the things Katie Chad has been saying is they're very thankful for you sharing this little bit and talking. People are just very thankful that you've been willing to share this little bit of your boy with us. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that people were just super thankful for this. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. I mean, I think it does help if people can actually hear about Sebastian and not all of the BS and drama that's been happening, but just my son.
The good memories. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know knowing his favorite color and drink isn't going to help find him, but it's part of him. It's part of who he is.
Well, but Katie, it might though. Think about this. Sometimes, I will, Rowena. Sometimes the same routine things. So if he's out there, you don't know that he might not be drinking or eating something like that. It could be a grocery store person that sees him getting a dragon fruit.
Mm-hmm. Or Starbucks.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why that's part of the reason people are asking, and it helps you out. Rowena was asking if he's allergic to anything or if he has food environmental factors or medications, anything like that, if you're comfortable.
He has allergies, kick his butt, because he's allergic to grass. So whenever the grass is pollinating, his allergies get really bad for him. As far as any like serious allergies like peanuts or anything like that, no, we haven't found any food allergies. Just being picky about some stuff, but no, he's outside of grass pollen.
Right.
We really don't know any other allergies.
He's allergic to schoolwork, chores.
Yeah, homework and chores. There's a serious aversion there, but
he's a teenager. We have to give him that.
Wearing deodorant.
That again is a typical teenage boy.
Well, that's something that we'd been really, really working on because other people had been like, "Is he wearing deodorant, Mom?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm trying."
I have a nephew like that who has overactive sweat glands, I think, and yeah, and he can put deodorant on in the morning, and it's like we keep it when he's with us. We keep it with us because it's like, here, you need to reapply, a couple of times. Yeah,
it's a recent development too. I mean,
yeah.
He's gone through a growth spurt, and it was like overnight I blinked and he had like a little mustache growth coming in, and all of a sudden he was starting to smell and his voice is changing and his hair's getting darker, like it's turning darker, which is why like in some pictures it looks brown, but it's really kind of blonde. But in his eyebrows, he went from like just these like real light eyebrows to it was like overnight he got big old dark eyebrows.
Oh, he got his hormones.
He's really coming into his hormones. And literally, I think he grew an inch in a month.
Oh, my goodness. Did his feet grow too?
2 shoe sizes.
Oh, shit.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why.
gosh.
That's why in the beginning there was all that talk about the shoes, and it was like, how does she know? Like, how do you know? Like, well, because he literally just outgrew them all, and we were in the process of replacing them. We started off with a new pair of shoes, and a new pair of boots, and we didn't buy sandals yet because it hadn't turned warm yet, and so I told him, I said,
Right.
when the weather gets warm, we'll buy them then, because who knows if you're going to grow more in another month. But I mean, he literally, like, it was like he went to his dad's, and then not even a week later, he's like, Mom, my shoes don't fit. And I was like, but those are new. And he's like, my toes are in the front. And I was like, oh Lord, get in the car.
Like, you're growing so fast.
Oh, it's so
Yep.
crazy. So crazy. Like, I was not ready for puberty at all.
He
Yeah.
probably isn't either.
No, I don't think he is ready for it. He's so angry about getting hair on his face. And I was like, well, Bub, we can teach you how to shave it off. And he's like, no. And I was like, so you want to leave it on your face? And he's like, no. I was like, I don't know what to help. I don't know what to do to help. Like, unfortunately, you got two options: have hair or shave the hair. I don't know what else to do. I can't make it not happen.
Does he like to wear his hair short? Does he like it to be long? How does he like to wear his hair, Katie?
He goes back and forth. And we, for the most part, try to accommodate it. Like, there's sometimes when we go into a haircut, he's like, I want to keep it longer. And then other times he's like, I want to shave it all.
Nice.
So normally when we go into a haircut, I pull up like pictures of haircuts, and I let him, like, I'm like, okay, what do you want to do this time? So honestly, it just depends on how he's feeling. He changes his mind on what he wants on his hair.
Well, us girls do the same too. So
Only difference is, for a boy, the only to grow it out to another hairstyle is like 3 weeks instead of years.
right, I was stuck with a bad haircut for quite a while. Yes, I've been there.
But no, I mean, he's growing and changing, and the voice thing throws me off, because like some days he still sounds like my little bub, and other days I'm like, who's this grown dude in the house? Like, what?
It's crazy.
But we knew it was coming because his voice has been cracking for a little while here and there. But it had only recently started getting deeper more consistently.
What is your favorite story of Sebastian?
Sorry.
Oh, bless. My favorite story of him.
Mine's going to be when he comes home and then sees the world, and then the world freaks out and sees him, and then it's going to be it'll be a continuous party. That'll be the best story.
It will be the best story ever.
I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Top that one.
I don't know that I can top him coming home, dear.
That's right. I'm
Man, Chris, I'm really disappointed. I just had, you were just made out to be this big, mean, awful man, and you haven't even yelled at any of us at all tonight. Could you yell at one of us, please?
Overlord.
Yeah. All right. See,
Over what?
the big bad wolf. Mhm.
Wait, you didn't record this conversation, so now I'm going to have to be upset.
Oh, but
I'm
maybe
sure it's being recorded 1,000 times over.
I'm sure it is.
Listen, if I didn't do it, somebody else will. It's fine.
And here's the thing, at the end of the day, all of everyone's opinions about us is entirely irrelevant. The only thing that really matters is Sebastian. All the rest be damned. Sebastian needs to come home.
Right.
When you said he played video games, Katie, was it only on the Nintendo Switch, or did he use like an Oculus or anything like that?
No, so here, I can't speak for when he went to Seth's house, but here, we did positive reinforcement and positive reward system, so he earned his game time. And it was on the Switch, which had like the parental monitoring and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the only game system that he had played on here in a long time.
There's several that are saying they admire your strength, Katie.
I don't feel very strong, but thank you.
I would disagree. I think you're extremely strong to be putting up with everything online and still like being sane.
I'm struggling. Truth be told, I'm struggling.
And you're going to have those days, but I think that these days also will help to get through those harder days, because you can see that there's a group of people that are really they're caring, and they want to hear what you have to say.
You're living through all of us mothers' worst nightmares. I can't even imagine what you're going through, and I'm so sorry. I wish there was more I could do for you, but I do pray for you guys every day. And Sebastian, of course.
At the end of the day, I just want to find my baby.
Right?
I know he'd get mad at me. I'm not a baby. Well, you're always my baby, so.
They're always your baby. I have a
come home.
I have a 31-year-old and a 27-year-old, and they're still my babies. Yeah.
It's his latest thing when I say something that he doesn't like. He goes, "Mom."
Oh my goodness.
Or when he's really annoyed, he goes, "Mom." I can't imitate his voice because it's deeper than mine, you know, but that's how he does it. And I'm just like, what? And then I usually try to smother him in kisses while he squirrels to get away. And he's like, get off me.
I think the favorite thing I've seen of him is at the bowling that day when he turns around and says, "You got wrecked."
Yeah. He talks a lot of shit when we're playing games.
Little competitive smack talker.
Oh yeah. He schmack talks because we play cards.
What kind of card games?
Oh, we play a game called Chase the Ace. We play a game called Blind Nines. Rummy. Uno is his favorite card game. He's got this one called, I think it's Spot On, where you both like flip a card and you've got to spot something real quick.
Nice.
But we have a whole closet full of board games and whatnot that we play. He plays chess.
Wow.
His mama does not.
Who does he play chess with?
He plays with Chris's stepdad. He plays with Chris sometimes. Last year he was in the chess club.
That was the other question I was going to ask that I'd seen go by. They'd asked what school clubs or things he does with the school.
This year he hadn't joined in any clubs in school. In middle school he was in the chess club, and then he was doing really well, and then I think something happened with one of the kids he was playing with, and he got beat, and I think they had like a argument over it, and Sebastian didn't want to do it no more.
Yes.
So he went, but he wouldn't play, and they were like, "You have to play to be part of the chess club," and he was like, "Well, I don't want to go no more." And then he started failing a class, and we were like, "Well, you got to be passing to be in the chess club," and then he just didn't join again. And then high school is on a whole nother level.
Right.
So he didn't go into it in high school, but he was super interested in like the agriculture and whatnot. So it wasn't necessarily an extracurricular per se, but he was like, that was his like number one goal for his classes. He wanted to take agriculture.
Nice.
Because they work with animals. And he wanted to work with the animals.
High school is a hard transition, and that can be super hard for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, for anybody, high school can be difficult.
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole new world.
It is. It is because they're still kids, but the teachers want to train them to be adults to get them ready for the adult world, and so they expect a lot more of them, and it's really hard to transition.
Well, it's that, and they're going through puberty, so they're changing and they're growing, and they're in this like in between stage where they're not little kids anymore, but they're not quite adults, and expectations are changing. And then you've got, you're in there with the kids that are starting to drive and get jobs, and like developing into these like young adults, and I don't know. There's just so much to unload there. But I mean, he was doing pretty good in school for the most part. I mean, he had his grades were all good, or well, yeah, I think all of his grades were up. It kind of ebbed and flowed. It depended on if he was putting effort in or not. He went through a little phase where he quit trying.
I think we all go through those phases.
Yeah.
Katie, what did he ever express anything that he wanted to be when he grew up?
Yes. So at one point he had said it was in one of his IEP meetings. He was like, I want to be like Dad and operate a crane.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so sweet. And he's actually operated some heavy equipment, quote, but and he did so good at it. He said he wanted to work with animals, but he only wants to work with cats. And I told him, I was like, well, I don't know how that works, but I think vets have to work on more than just cats.
That's a lot of time to dedicate to just one specific animal. Kind of got to learn a lot of them. That's a lot of student loan debt to pay back.
And that's kind of what I was telling him, and I think that's part of the reason why he wanted agriculture, because at the high school they actually do, once you advance into the classes, I think like junior and senior years, I want to say, don't quote me, they actually go hands-on with like working with animals and whatnot, because they're legitimately prepping you to be ready to enter the workforce. And
I love that.
When we toured the high school last year, when we did the sorry, my words, the introduction tour.
Right, when you went and toured it to see, like, when they're getting ready to go in?
Like registration.
Yeah, where you can walk around the school and see the different
orientation.
classrooms.
That's it.
That's the word I was trying to get out. Jeez, it was on the tip of my tongue. Thank you. But
it only took 5 of us in the chat, so we're all doing good.
between all of us, we'll make a full brain cell yet. But when we went through for the high school orientation, where you can tour all the classrooms and talk to some of the teachers and learn about some of the programs, because you got to pick your schedule, he saw the agriculture area where they had they do, I think, like dog grooming, and they had chickens and rabbits and maybe some other animals.
Sold. You said chickens. I'm sold.
Yeah, and he was just so excited. He was like, I want this class.
That sounds like fun.
Sounds like he has things to look forward to when he gets back.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely he does. I mean, he's got his whole life to live.
Katie, again, you're being thanked for your service in chat. You and Chris are both being told that you're very strong. You're very, you're brave for doing this. That you're more loved and cared about than you realize. And I want to take this moment to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to Queen for this opportunity.
Absolutely, baby.
Yeah,
I also want to say thank you to the mods. Y'all are doing an amazing job, and Chris and Katie, thank you so much. This has been such an amazing little moment. It's just mind blowing that we've been able to sit here and learn about Sebastian and ask questions and not be overly invasive, but still get to know things. So thank you.
Well, tomorrow everybody's going to swear him down that this is not Katie, that I hired somebody to do this.
Nope. Listen, that matches the same voice that we heard in the first interview. Sorry, I'm not gonna buy that.
Yeah, and I think I can speak for Queen Bee while saying you always have a safe space over here.
Absolutely. Both y'all. Anytime,
Thank you. I would just say, again, I know I say it a billion times, but every time I ask, just please share his fire.
Now they're asking which one is the best one to share out. Because the one I have here is this one right here. Is there a better one that you would like us to share or a more recent one?
That's actually the one that I'm still sharing, because it's the official one released through them. And
Okay.
There's not technically anything wrong with the others, but that's the official flyer. So that's the one that I've been sticking with. So I share, like, I hadn't really been on like Facebook as much, but when I'm out and about, I get hundreds of these printed at a time. And whenever I'm out and about, if I see a place that doesn't have it, I'll ask them to hang it. And I've been trying to get businesses and like chains to like copy it and share it to their other locations, especially if they have locations in other states and things like that too. And even so far as trying to reach like venues, like for like sporting events or any
Yes.
types of venues that have those like display boards where they're always flashing advertisements. I've been
Yes.
doing my best to reach out to all of them and beg them to like start displaying it as well. So, I mean, if anybody knows any kind of like venues or places that they can think of that they're willing to call and see if they can help get it out there, I'm going coast to coast. I'm not limiting myself to Tennessee. I'm going all over the country with.
Well, you know what, Katie? The best thing anybody could do is because we have so many that are in several different locations, is the best thing people can do is go straight to the TBI website, download this flyer. They can get 10, 15, 20 copies and go hit major places where traffic goes through your towns.
Mm-hmm. Truck
That
stops.
would help.
Truck stops and rest stops are big because it catches travelers.
Chambers of Commerce. Chambers of Commerce and those places that are like where tourists go for information. Everybody can
hospitals
do
and
this.
clinics.
Yep.
If you're in your area, like hospitals and clinics, just because heaven forbid something happen and someone comes in, they'll be able to identify them quicker. But they tend to network too. So like I know here, Vanderbilt has like multiple locations, so they spread it amongst themselves. So now it's everywhere. I know he's in. I don't know if he still is, but he was in all the WalMarts.
He is in the Walmarts. When I was in
All of
Cody,
them.
I went to Cody, Wyoming, and he was the first one in the Walmart. And that's all the way out here in Wyoming. You guys are in Tennessee. He is the first missing child on there.
So that got put out nationwide to all the Walmarts. That went through NCMEC. So, but I don't know if anyone is willing to try and help in that regard. That's what I've been working on. One of the things I've been working on is trying to get it like literally out there to where as many people can see it as possible.
Handmade with Love by Dawn in the chat is asking if you thought about doing his flyer as an advertisement on Facebook.
As far I don't know how to do that.
It's you can look into. I mean, that's something you can look into, but that might be a definite thought to do it as run it as an ad for 5 or 10 days. I think there may be $20 and under, but that might be another thought.
Absolutely, I didn't know about that, so I will definitely look into it.
I didn't. That's a great Dawn. That's a great idea, honestly, even for other parents.
I'd never thought of that. Good idea.
I heard another creator.
Yeah.
Hey, Rowena.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Katie. Hey, y'all. I heard another creator talking about that she I guess a month or so ago gave out Summer's missing flyer to like carnivals. This is the time of year, that carnivals, craft fairs, all the things, kind of start, going up in the summer. I know where I live, we just had one. And so that might be a good thing because they do travel around and get with the people that are working there, but also get with the people that, actually head up fairs. And I'm from Memphis, Chris and Katie. So yeah, Mid-South Fair. Yes, I know it well. So,
May 24th to June 2nd. It's coming up.
I not say that's what it's on my mind, man. It's on my mind.
Liberty Park, I think.
That might be something. And voices, I was going to say, maybe you could reach out to Purple Phoenix because I know that she might have some information because I know for Michael Vaughn, they did the 18-wheeler magnets. And wow.
Yep, I will absolutely. Maybe she can point me in the way of that. I know that we also did them for Chance Engelbert, who went missing in 2018 out of Gearing, Nebraska. So we're 20 anyway. I have some sources on that. I need to go
people help. Don't worry about Don't worry about certain things. The most important thing is just getting him home, getting his face out there, and getting it all over the nation, not just in Tennessee. So,
amen.
Yes. They're using NCMEC. NCMEC is how his flyer got through all the Walmarts.
Right. Mm-hmm. But if we could, reach out to her and see about doing the magnet thing, I think that would be excellent. And but I'm gonna hop down. But I just wanted to say that about the Mid-South Fair. Look how many people go to that, Chris. Y'all know.
Oh yeah.
And get with the heads of that to where they have them there. and he's gonna be in Missouri, so his flyer will be in Missouri at my dad on my dad's car. He's still got summer on his car, so he'll be on my dad's car. But y'all are in my prayers, and thank you so much. He sounds like just a wonderful, wonderful teenager. He just the typical teenage boy, just smellies and all.
Oh yeah.
All right, well I'm gonna hop back down and chat, but chat. Everybody just know that you can go to that. You can print it out yourself, and a lot of times you can take it to like UPS, tell them what it's for, and they might be able to cut you a deal on getting a bunch printed. And when you throw them in your car, and when you go to the grocery store, take 5, 10, 20 of them. Well, as you put your buggy up, slap them on some windshields, and you never know.
Well, and even if you're not comfortable with slapping them on windshields, you could take them and you could hit a grocery store, you could hit a gas station, you could hit a Burger King.
But I mean, definitely get them in there. So
It's illegal in some places to do that.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Never mind. Don't be breaking the law. Don't listen to Roro. I'm a dangerous one. That's why I'm gonna hop down.
She's a rule breaker.
I'm a rule breaker. I don't want to get y'all in trouble. All right. Well, I'll be back down in chat. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
I really think that if everybody were to take them, and even if you started with 10, we could get 10 at a time. They could be all over in all 50 states in no time, and that's what Sebastian's Army is all about.
Absolutely.
Also, you can get with Duchess. She knows about those billboards too. That sounds like an interesting thing. I've donated to it, and you can get them in your area and everything. And she even offers to give you the picture she's got on it and everything. So if you get with Duchess, she'll point you in the right direction, or you can donate to her for the billboard that she's got. The billboard she's got up.
Absolutely. I mean, the more we can get, I personally am pushing, and we're donating as well, but to get more billboards farther out as well.
Oh, I think that's a really big, and I think that the wider spread coverage is going to help.
And don't be afraid of the price, because it sounds like they're actually pretty reasonable. I always thought that they were like in thousands of dollars, but with this blip one, you can set the amount of money that you want to spend and everything. It's
like
actually very reasonable.
Thousands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it easier to get them up. And like I said, we're trying to get as many as we can. I mean, if I had my way, I'd put one from here to Timbuktu and back. But we are trying to get more in more locations.
Man, I think that's a really great thing.
Yeah, billboards are probably the best ones you can see, because everybody looks at billboard.
Well, and the magnets for the back of the semi trailers, because everybody follows the semi.
Absolutely.
You're always behind a semi. But I really like the rest area parades.
I think those billboards are freaking awesome.
I think it's great, and that can be all positive things that YouTube does to help Chris and Katie and Seth.
Oh yeah, and Duchess has been amazing with helping with the billboards and like getting them put up and making sure that they're going up as much and as long as they can, and we've worked with her on like locations and whatnot too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Duchess she's done really, really amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
Nonsense says, does airports allow flyers?
That's a great idea. I don't know. I think
it's allow flyers.
I think it's going to be
just because of the traffic purposes as people are waiting on flights. You know what I mean? They could just
electronic. They have to be electronic, I think.
Oh, okay.
But putting a billboard outside of the airport.
Yeah. I wonder if you could get in that Sky Mall magazine.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't know.
Because like I've flown before, and just because I'm so nervous, I'm looking at that book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. I haven't tried this, but I've heard.
You're like, I don't need that shit, but I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, right.
Right. I've heard that Staples will print missing kid flyers for free, but
I think it depends on the Staples, because we had mixed reviews from people when we told them that in the beginning. Some people said theirs did, and other people said theirs didn't. So I think it might depend on the location.
It depends on if they're like the independent or they're the part of the corporate chain. Because you can have an independent Staples still.
Yeah, and like we've gone to different like Pony Express and like printing places and just had them done there too.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of them that did it at no charge, and others they gave us a discount on it. One time there was a really nice lady who realized what we were doing and insisted on paying for our flyers.
That's wonderful.
Well, and I think there's a whole lot of ways, right, to get it out that you wouldn't even really think about. Like if you return something to Amazon, throw one in the bag.
Yep.
The person who opens it may be like, you know what, I'm going to hang this up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can pretty much walk in anywhere and say, you know, can I leave this with you? Did he like outdoors camping? Well, I guess he would have to be with others to do that, right?
Yeah, he liked fishing, but I don't know necessarily so much about camping.
You said that he preferred to be in the house over outdoors, but he would go outdoors. He just preferred to be on the inside versus the outside.
Yes.
We've taken it to gun stores, gun ranges.
Oh yeah, he just go to the gun range. I mean, he loves going to the playground. That's outside all day long. But and I
Listen,
tell you, he prefers a pool to the beach.
nice. Fairs and festivals this summer. That's another great
He
place
loves
to
doing.
take these. Oh, he loves those too.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking
He
about
loves
foot traffic for people from all over.
I think that's an amazing idea. If anyone's willing to help get all the fairs and festivals, I mean, we can do the local ones, but I mean, all over the country, if anybody's willing to do that at their fairs.
That's exactly it, Katie. Like everybody can take and get these printed, print them off themselves, and Crime Con in Nashville, absolutely. Get them to the fair workers, rest stops, your local park bathrooms, water, like the parks that have the splash pads in them. That's not going to hurt to go put that stuff somewhere. Just know that if you're putting it on park property, it'll probably be taken down. So you need to look for like a telephone pole, public things that it, you know, and you don't want to get in trouble for defacing somebody else's property by placing a flyer on it. We don't want to break the rules while we're helping to bring awareness.
No, we definitely try to ask before we just stick it. Just because we've actually had people tell us no. And I won't lie, I went outside and slapped it on the outside anyways, but I'm not advocating for people to go against.
Right. Katie, I find that I hang flyers in my local area for the 5 missing that we have. And I find that there are some businesses I just don't even bother because they've been very firm in there. Nope, we don't want to participate. Opt out. You know what? KOA. If anybody has an in with the KOA, Campgrounds of America, that might be another great place to get this too, so they can get it throughout all of their locations nationwide.
And if a business says no, well, then you know not to go there ever again. And patronize them.
That's a great one.
Works. They refused to put it up when we went in there. I was like, really?
I wouldn't shop there again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one more store.
Yeah.
Like a restaurant. I know the Bojangles put it up. Taco Bell, I think, left it on the
Food Lion
counter.
said no.
Publix said no.
Publix also said no, but then Publix changed their mind and let them put it up on the door. But it was like a corporate policy, I guess. But the manager was like, let us finally put it up there, because I went up there and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Well, I know, like, a lot of times, like the big pizza chains, they won't let you put that that because it's considered advertising. But sometimes the mom and pop chains will. So pick the mom and pop chain over the big corporate chain, because the mom and pop may throw it on the top of their box, whereas Pizza Hut would call that advertising and they won't do it. So that's always another option, even maybe with your DoorDash people in your area too.
Well, and I mean, we've had a lot of places where we've put the flyers up and they'll be up for a little while, but then we go back and they're down. And I've got some places where I've put up 4 or 5 different times. I just keep slapping them up there, hoping that they'll get the picture and stop taking it down.
Okay, so next time, Katie, when that happens, try to look for an area where you can get the flyer on camera and then check it a couple of times. That might be a case of somebody's intentionally pulling your flyers. That's just a location to keep an eye on, and just maybe make the establishment owners aware of it, because people have been known to pull those things down to prevent the word from getting out.
I just can't imagine why someone would want to do that.
I feel like we should all spam Taylor Swift on Twitter.
Oh, dude, totally. Let's do it. I'm a total Swiftie. Let's get her. Like, shake it off. Shake it off.
Sebastian loves her to death.
I've heard she's the type of person that is really big about doing stuff for her fans. Like she had a really big fan in Ohio one time, and she showed up to the woman's wedding shower.
Wedding crashed it.
And yeah, this was like a few years ago. But yeah, I heard she's really big about stuff like that. So
technically she's on the Eras tour and she's still got a few more months, so there's not really like anything we can do with that. So we really shouldn't bother her on tour. But by goodness, if she doesn't get engaged very soon, then we can throw her our own engagement party.
Sebastian's getting engaged. Look out, y'all.
We've been reaching. I've been trying to reach out to her. Obviously, I hadn't got any response, but
maybe many people do it.
I'm of a 60-40 split. Like, listen, the girl gives Easter eggs for all of us to dig into her life. So why wouldn't we do this for somebody that's missing, that's a huge fan of hers? So, I mean, it's a 60-40 split. So, I mean, she's all about her fans.
Well, in that case, we also need to go after Kelsey.
Ballerini?
No. Travis Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her boyfriend?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We need to hit his.
To get her to do it?
Yeah.
Why not?
Bad idea.
Listen, I'll support it.
I mean, I don't support harassing people by any means. I can personally attest to how awful it is. But getting her attention, I mean, if we all tag her and like, hey, Sebastian's missing, share, because if she shares his flyer, it's going to be seen all over the world.
Right.
I mean, it is all over the world, but still, her audience is massive.
Listen, the worst thing that can happen is that it never goes any farther, and we spent some time making some tweets. I'm sorry. I would rather take a chance that something might happen than always sit back and wonder, well, what if we would have done that?
I mean, I'm all for getting as much as I can to get his face out there and get, I mean,
CMA Fest coming to Nashville next week.
Well, I think that the more people that know his face and know that he's missing, the more chances we stand that someone somewhere will see him and we can finally find him and bring him home.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with everybody asking Taylor Swift. Just don't be nasty when you do. That's all.
That's all I did. I shared the flyer on my Twitter and tagged her and Travis Kelsey.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about
Taylor Nation. Tag Taylor Nation. Tag the Tortured Poets Department. So TTPD. Tag Eras Tour. Tag Swifties. Swifty Nation.
Tag Jelly Roll.
Well, I mean, there's that. You got him right by you.
Bubba loves his music and he's huge right now.
I think Bunny shared his flyer.
She did.
I do think so as well.
On both of her profiles.
She shared it on both her profiles. We got her to share it.
Nice.
Well, I say we, but I mean it wasn't like just us, but she shared it.
I would think if people could get in touch with, CMA Fest itself, right? Like if you could just get it into CMA Fest, imagine all the artists that are there. If, you can't get Taylor Swift's attention, somebody, maybe you could.
Even if they just show his flyer.
Yeah.
Listen, they could have, you guys could show up with some bulk printed flyers and they could stuff them into those CMA goodie bags that they give to every festival goer. Hell, at that, you could get bracelets that say Sebastian Strong on them and drop them into all of that stuff. You could go out and maybe paper the cars while they're out in the parking lots.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
That's illegal.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Illegal in a lot of places.
Well, in Tennessee, you don't want to be caught doing that.
I forgot. I knew somebody said that it was illegal in one of those states.
And if they don't catch you doing it, they'll go after whoever that is for. They'd end up going after the Proudfoots for that.
What?
Chris and Katie. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why a lot of that comes into play is because if you put something on a car and it causes damage to a car, you're held liable, regardless of what it is.
Yep, that and litter.
That makes sense.
That's true.
Because a lot of people come out. Remember when they used to do that when it was okay, and a lot of people would just come out and throw it on the ground,
Yeah, I don't even look at it.
honestly, anybody that wants to help, rather than worrying about digging into people's past, their divorces, all the dirty and the gross, take your time that you would spend digging into that. Print this, download this flyer, go to your local print shop, have 10 to however many you feel like committing to, and papering your area. Go to the businesses, go to the parks, get yourself a roll of duct tape or a roll of clear packing tape, get yourself a box of push pins, and go to town. This is a better use of your energy and your furthering to help bring this boy home.
Amen.
And you're getting out of your house, getting a little exercise going on. You'll feel better about yourself.
Right.
And you could even say, hey, I help to bring that boy home when he comes home, and break your arm, pat yourself on the back.
There you go.
Oh, you guys, I am so.
I'm over here handing out strikes left and right.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Katie and Chris, I can't say thank you so much. Cluminati, thank you so much for coming in and even, helping facilitate to bring these guys, this couple on, because this has been absolutely amazing conversation this evening.
Wasn't me. He was coming on anyway.
I'm glad he did. Both of you.
We have let's see, there's somebody in the back here. I didn't even see. Let me see. I'm gonna cover this up real quick because I don't know. You're up here. I don't even know what your name is, baby. Danielle? Danielle? You go by Danielle, or what do you want to go by?
Hello.
How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Danielle, yes.
How are you?
You can call me Danielle. That's fine.
Okay.
I think you have a lag. I think your YouTube's open in the background.
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a lag really bad.
Hey, so, just, are y'all taking questions?
Fire away.
I can, yes, ma'am. So,
go ahead, baby. You got a lag really bad, so you're not hearing us at the same time, but go ahead.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. So I know, you're really on the topic of flyers and whatnot, but are you going to get in?
All right, you cut off. You cut off. What'd you say? Are we going to get into the topic of what?
Are we going to explore any more into the topic of Sebastian? I mean, I really haven't even heard his name mentioned.
We've been talking about it this whole time. You ain't been here?
Where have you been? We've had nothing but we've learned about his favorite color, his favorite subject, what he likes to eat, what he likes to drink, what he likes to wear, how he likes to wear his hair. We've heard an immense amount about Sebastian tonight, ma'am.
What about where he is?
Well, I think he needs to get down by. You just need to go away.
I think where is my son is the point.
I mean,
we're all looking for him.
Duh.
I'm sorry, Queen. I didn't mean to be.
Well, actually, she honestly, and I'm not bashing her when I say this, but instead of dancing around the subject, she just should have just got straight to the point, just asked the question,
right,
Sebastian, Katie, and just stop dancing around and get to it. And the answer was real simple. As soon as we know, everybody in this world will know, and law enforcement will definitely be one of the first ones to know. But we appreciate your concern.
Oh, Chris, you are so better than I am. I want to punch you.
I was
ready to go the fuck off over here.
I was jumping on her right away. I was like, la 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 la.
I was gonna sit back and watch Cheesy Ripper from limb to limb. So
can I speak freely about shit like that right there? This is what creates the problems with these grifting channels, is viewers that watch this shit and support this shit, because if people like that wouldn't jump up on panel to ask the parent of a missing child that question, these damn channels that support that and promote that wouldn't exist.
Well, I have a better question for her. And then I would address this with anybody that wanted to do that. What evidence do you have that supports your theory that one of the three parents have any idea where our son is, or we had something to do with this? Because if you have something, please bring it to law enforcement. I'm begging you.
Absolutely. If you have something that proves that one of these three parents knows where this child is, please take it to law enforcement.
People like that don't make no fucking sense. Sorry,
No.
they just don't. I mean, I can't with the bullshit. I'm coming the fuck on now. Come up here and say, are we going to talk about Sebastian when we were talking about it for 3 hours? I mean, you obviously ain't been here that long, or you just ain't been paying attention. You want to come up here and start some shit. Go start some shit somewhere the fuck else.
I'm trying to tell you, like, I know it sounds crazy, but if YouTube was real life, like, if when people came on the panel, they were standing in front of you, I'd be in prison.
Yeah, there ain't no way. There just ain't no way. People just act so reckless on here. It's ridiculous.
They about to bring out Bone Quisha.
Yeah. I can be polite up here, but I can be the worst bitch you could ever imagine too.
Yeah, Cheesy's went off a couple times. She's like, I ain't playing this shit.
I don't understand why people think that I don't say my son's name.
Honey, that's just what people say to get under your skin, to ruin the mood that we had just worked so hardly to all get into. That's they did. They came up and did that because you were having a moment of just enjoying yourself and not sitting there stressing and maybe letting your mind just be in a better place than what it was.
I probably heard his name 30 times tonight. You know what I mean? With you saying his name, I don't understand where.
And we didn't give them ammunition either tonight. So
Well, that's
kind of
something,
ticked them off.
that's something else that aggravates me when people are like, they don't say his name. I don't call my daughter her name.
Well,
That's
I mean,
my baby. Like, that's, you know what I mean? But
Well,
they-
she said she calls him Bubba, and that's what she likes to call him. That's her thing. So, I mean, obviously, she was coming up here to start shit. That's all that was.
And you know what? If he's out there listening, he would hear her saying Bubba.
I've been watching the chat on my laptop, and there's like 800 some odd people in here, and I've only seen your mods have to remove a few, and that was one that obviously got through in a sneaky way. So, I think the important thing is to look at the bigger community that's here in support, and not being assholes,
Well, I mean, their negativity is not my problem. But for the record, I have said Sebastian's name several times because he's my son and I love him. So there's that. And yes, Bubba is my name for him. But a wise woman told me once, and it's kind of sounds ugly sometimes, but you can't argue with. I'm trying to remember what she said. You can't argue with an idiot because they will drag you to their level and beat you with experience.
So true.
Very true.
So true, especially out on these streets.
Oh, girl.
You get knocked off.
You done said that. Now you better look out.
I didn't call anybody an idiot. It was just a statement that someone told me.
I'll call them idiots.
Oh, there's no shortage of idiots out on these streets.
I'm not saying I don't
You
think
ain't
there's
lying.
not a bunch of ignorance out there, but
and someone told me earlier it's the off season.
I
It is.
just have no
shit, it must be
interest
a
in
full moon.
engaging in that.
It must be a full moon.
It is.
Is it?
It's at 7:00 this morning Eastern Standard Time. It was the peak of the May or the.
I knew it by the people that were coming. We had like 3 or 4 people come up here in the back under weird ass names, and then all of a sudden she pop up. Like, what, you fucking weirdos?
Well, there's been a few that have been attempting apparently to take your audio from tonight. Whatever.
I love making videos, making fun of the woman we don't talk about up here. I sit and giggle while I'm making them videos. I just love it.
Is today the full moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's. I got voted on Epstein Island tonight, y'all. Just saying.
Oh, good
Oh,
lord! And you know what? He wants to sit over there and talk all this shit, and his brother is a fucking convicted kitty diddler.
Yep.
RSO.
Was it Dolly?
So
Liz
yeah,
with him.
Ollie wants to sit there and talk all kinds of shit about you and all kinds of shit about stuff, but his brother is, like I said, convicted RO. His brother is a convicted kitty diddler,
Yep.
Red dots on his house.
and he lives. Yeah, there's a red dot on top of Dolly's house.
Well, there's also this part too. Some of these folks out there that did all the things that they've done don't have the.
People don't even realize who they're supporting.
Well, not only that, they don't have testicle fortitude. They don't have. No, I like mine way better. And they don't carry a spine to have an adult conversation. All they like to have is level of ignorance in the things that they like to do. Is fine. That's their choice. But I don't have to get to their level to get my point across. That's just them.
That's true, but I can tell you this: you can't use big words like fortitude and half these people out here understand what you're talking about.
You use the word testicular. These people don't have testicles. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, you know
They
what?
don't even have testicles, Chris. There's
You're
no
right.
testicles. There's no testicles. They're a bunch of dickless wonders out here.
Actually, hold on. I have to apologize because with today's society, everybody may identify as something completely different. They may have different things. And so, right. So, but everybody does have a spine. So those spineless people out there that don't want to have a conversation, I'm sorry. There we go. I'll address it more like that.
There you go.
God forbid we hurt feelings in this world.
Damn it, now the jellyfish are going to be totally pissed off because now you didn't talk about them.
Oh, yeah. Which ones? The box ones or the blue halos? Because I'm a huge fan of blue halos.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
I'm lost.
Thank you,
Jellyfish.
Katie. What's a jellyfish?
You've never seen a jellyfish?
Those spineless things that you have to piss on yourself after they bite you.
Oh,
That's false. Use vinegar.
I thought, look, y'all, we literally are in a society where there's like, I don't want to offend anyone if you do this, that's your business, but they're like furry people. So I was thinking maybe a jellyfish was like a form of that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, I was meaning the things that swim in the ocean and you actually have to either go get yourself, either you have to pee on them or you have to go get a friend to pee on it. But I really don't know about those things. I've only seen them on the interwebs because I live in a landlocked state.
So, okay, we have somebody back here, True Crime Cafe. You're up here with us.
Hello, hello.
How are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing great. Are you serving lattes in the cafe tonight?
I am not tonight, sir. Not tonight.
Oh, darn.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
okay, though.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hanging in there.
Good stuff. Great show, first of all. I appreciate this. Chris, Katie, I really appreciate you putting this out like you did. This is amazing. Very respectful, as always. And I'm just grateful to be able to hear the things I've heard tonight. Support you guys 100% and have for a long time. So thank you for that very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your support.
Absolutely. Hello, Cletus.
Don't talk to me.
I
How rude.
knew that was coming. I knew
Don't
that
talk to me. Probably half your fault.
Sorry. Hello, Cletus. Sorry.
Hey, no, don't ignore me either. It's probably half your fault that I'm on this island. I'm not talking to you no more.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. We got to get you off if that's your fault. We got to get you
I
off.
did not do this to you. She does this all to herself, folks.
Wait a minute. Now we have one of the fights that's going to start in October and November. So we go ahead and screenshot that. Click that.
Yeah,
We're going to be Griffin.
now you're getting it, Chris. Now you're getting it. Shit, you better get yourself a YouTube channel, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to call it Swanger and Banger and Hookers.
You are not.
Pineappers.
Pineapple. I was going to say pineapples. Yes, that's great.
Well, if you ever decide to get out of the crane, you know what you can do.
Yeah.
Start a YouTube channel.
Dude, no, you need to be filming the crane work for the YouTube channel. Duh.
Right.
Oh, no, y'all don't want to hear the discussions that go on up in there.
Y'all
Oh,
are
God,
a mess.
That right there, that's a... Yeah, the kids
No,
under the
it's
age
that
of
clue.
21 would not be allowed to hear that.
They said they voted you on the island, girl. That's the wrong island. Our bus can't travel that island.
I told somebody earlier I was going to pull a Bill Cosby and knock him out and then build a raft. I'll get off.
Never.
I used to.
Gonna pull a Bill Cosby.
Wow.
Chris, I used to be a truck driver, and I worked for FedEx Freight, and every time I'd walk into the office and the guy or the break room and all the guys were talking, they're like, all of a sudden they just shut up, and I'm like, would you guys stop that? Because I was the only woman, right? And I was like, would you guys stop that? I said, I'm in your world. I said, go about what you wanted to talk about. I said, you're not going to bother me none, And I mean, I tell dirty jokes right along with them. They were like, you ended up being a really cool. They were really worried when I started. They were like, oh, great. Everything's going to have to change. The females coming, But I was like, nope. I said, I'm just like one of the guys. Just do your thing, Yeah, that stuff doesn't bother me.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's when you walk in the office and you're like, all right, so whose heavy load am I taking today?
Right?
okay, so
And everyone's
no
like, oh my
others.
God. I'm like, no, what? Which is it going? Is it going from here to Memphis or down to wherever? Where are we taking this?
Right. Well, one time I ticked him off because real quick story. One time I ticked one of them off because he used to always deliver at this one place down in the middle of a downtown. And he would never back the semi into the dock. He said it was too tight. So they would always have to bring their forklift out to take it off the back of the truck. Well, anyways, one day he was sick, so I had his route. And I backed into the dock, took the thing off with my pallet jack, and I went into the building and found the person. And I said, hey, I need you to sign this real quick. And he goes, yeah, I'll be down there to unload you in a minute. I said, no, it's already on the dock. Everything looks good. I said, it's still shrink wrapped and everything. So I just need a signature. He goes, wait, what do you mean it's on the dock? Because it was like a 2,000-pound thing, And he's like, how did you get it on the dock? I said, I pulled it off on my pallet jack. He goes, you backed into our dock? I said, yeah. And he goes, Oh, the guy's never backed into the dock. He says, I always have to bring the forklift out there for him. They said it's too tight to back into.
That's pretty sad.
A woman to get into a tight space.
Yeah, Katie said it took a woman to get into a tight space.
Right?
Sidebar for just a moment. If we all get together on the island and Clue hands you something to drink, I would recommend not drinking it.
You kidding me? I'm drinking it doubled.
You're going to be Bill Cosby 2.0.
I can promise you I won't stay on that island that long. I'm really too fat to play Survivor. Like, no, bro.
Well, if we go on that island, I'm bringing a Wilson.
Oh, what a great idea.
I love Wilson.
Oh my God. That's brilliant.
Me and Wilson are going to hang out on the island.
Mm-hmm. I love that movie.
I do too, minus the part where he knocks his tooth out with that ice skate. Like,
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
No, the worst part of that movie is when he brings the package back to the States with him. And he makes damn sure he delivered that package.
I know. Like, what kind of restraint do you have to not open it? You never know what's inside.
We would have had that open the first day, Clue.
Oh, you know that. I like surprises.
That old Christmas shaking the box thing. What is it? What is it?
Crumbs.
Katie, have you eaten any of your cookies? I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I ate way more of them than I should have.
I'm sorry
Atta
about that.
girl.
Well, next time you have my address, Clue. You can make that mistake for me too if you want to.
Yeah,
Hayden would love
I
you
heard
forever.
you delivered roses and then delivered cookies.
Yeah, I didn't change the address.
I cried when I got the delivery because of how sweet it was, and then I cried when I realized it was a mistake, and I felt bad, and then I cried again because I was eating cookies, thinking about Bubba eating cookies.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I think it was funny.
It's a thing.
Well, it all worked out. It's all good, you know. I mean,
Yep.
hey, you got spoiled on Mother's Day, so that was really sweet of you, Clue.
You
It
definitely
really was.
Yep.
Because I mean, you know,
You have a lot of supporters here.
Oh, we have another question. What is Sebastian's favorite movie?
That one's kind of. He's been more into TV shows than movies lately.
What was he into on TV?
Mostly game shows, ridiculousness.
Yes, I love that one.
Yeah.
He used to watch a lot of.
He watches the Survivor show. I can't remember what it is. Guy or Bear. It's the interactive
Bear versus Wild.
Bear versus Wild, yeah.
The one where you can like make selections and choices, and what you choose depicts how he goes. He really likes that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, movie wise, I don't know, because in our house, he was only allowed to watch certain things. He was not allowed, like rated R, out of the question. Certain PG-13 movies, out of the question.
Anything with like strong violence or sexual content is really what we tried to buffer out. But
Such good parents.
You kidding me? I'm an evil man. How dare you not let your child watch the violence?
well, I kept trying to get him to go to the movies with me to watch the new Wonka movie, and he just did not want to go watch that. He thought it was stupid. And then when I finally did watch it, it really was not as good as I had hoped.
Oh, that's a bummer.
A while back, Queen showed us a little thing where they did this Wonka exhibit to go along with the movies, and it turned out to be the most saddest. Like, it was like 4 balloons stuck on a little poster. It was nothing like they advertised it to be.
Yeah, they were counting out like 3 jelly beans per kid.
Yes, and
did they get to lick the wallpaper?
Yes, they did an AI. They did the AI. They showed it. Like they used AI to like show the posters and stuff. But when you got there, they had like 3 M&Ms, a half a cup of water.
Oh.
Yeah, like a 3-foot poster, and it was supposed to be like a 12-foot poster.
Well, all right. So if it makes you feel any better, so there was a an event here back. I think it was closer to Christmas, and one of the bars did this Wonka experience, and they had these drinks that were made like you were at the Wonka factory type thing.
Like a purple fizzy drink.
Yeah, and then all 21 and up, but they also had this magic show. This guy was dressed like he was supposed to be Wonka or something. Yeah, kind of cheesy actually. So yeah, it definitely didn't turn out the way we thought it was going to turn out.
So it sounds like it might have been a Wonka marketing fail and not just some people that were bad at their other job.
Well, the new one doesn't have Johnny Depp in it, does it?
No.
No. That was your first mistake.
But I mean, we do like Alexa dance offs, and like he plays random music on it.
Have we covered his favorite music, Katie?
Oh, everything.
I know we hit that he's a Swiftie.
He is a Swiftie. He likes Blake Shelton, Jelly Roll, what's his name? I don't know. I'm the worst person in the world with names.
So you're the worst person with music. Anyways, he's an Eddie Vedder fan. He's a Pearl Jam fan. He likes Meatloaf,
Nice.
Survivor, from like Eye of the Tiger.
That's the one we want to hear about. Like, is that his pump up jam?
At one point, it was. It used to be like his pump up jam. It really was.
How did he hear that song?
What show is he watching?
Supernatural?
No.
I don't remember where we heard it.
Brittany, stop stream sniping my shit or I'm going to strike your fucking channel while you're live and you're going to go down for 7 days. I'm not playing.
It might have been the radio.
I don't remember where he heard it, but it was a catchy tune and he caught on to it. But he also, like I said, he liked Eddie Vedder.
He got a great voice.
Yes.
I'm one where like when I hear the song, I know the song, but I can't tell you what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian and Chris play Name That Song in the car. So like on the radio, he'll be like, who sings this song? And I'm like, I don't know, but I know the words to the song. And Bastion in the background is like, it's so-and-so.
Oh, I mean, I play all kinds of music from, go back to Motown to...
Yeah. He loves Uptown Funk You Up. Uptown Funk You Up.
Oh, yeah.
Uptown Funk You Up. Oh, yes.
Bruno Mars. Yeah.
He loves that song.
But I played it one. I was like, Sebastian, try not to laugh when you hear the song. He was like, what? And I played Chuck Berry's My Ding-a-Ling.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that song. You know, my parents told me growing up, I literally just cursed my mama the other day. She told me it was about a tugboat.
Yeah. I had to tell her the truth and she flipped out completely.
It was a silver bell on a string.
You mean that song's not about a bicycle bell?
No.
Oh, shit.
Did you really message your mom about that?
Yes, I did. I was upset. She lied.
Well, see, you were a child. You probably didn't want to, ruin your mind over it.
Oh, Clue, you have no idea. I got to go have words with an 86-year-old because she told me it was about my bicycle bell. I have a three-wheeled tricycle, and I intentionally bought a bell and made cut-out cricket vinyl that says My Ding-a-Ling.
Oh, no.
No.
I am 48 years old, and I'm just learning this as of now. Thank you.
It's about a guy playing with his... It's about a dude playing with his,
But definitely keep...
No, the song, it tells you right in the beginning of the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little bit boy, my mom gave me this cute little toy. Silver bell hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling.
Yep.
Silver bells.
That's like the first chorus or the first verse of the song.
Yep.
I hear Silver Bell and I think Christmas.
And then he gets into it and he gets everybody to all start singing. And he's like, if you're not singing, you must be playing with your own ding-a-ling.
Mm-hmm.
See? No, we always found different types of music for him to get into. But
That's good.
He has a very eclectic taste. I will give him that.
It's a little bit of everything. Little classic rock, little country, little modern country, the new stuff.
He did like, so he liked both versions of Hall & Oates' Sounds of Silence, and he also liked Disturbed's version of Sound of Silence. He liked that one.
Awesome.
It was all over the place. He was a Swiftie fan.
Listen, I just recently found out through my Amazon Music that I too am a Swiftie. I had no idea that I was in the 1 percentile. Yeah, weird, huh?
So under normal circumstances, I wouldn't violate his privacy like this. But the reason why I know he has a crush on Taylor Swift is because I saw him on YouTube Googling something about being Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Oh.
Oh,
What's it take to
my
be
goodness.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
I think it was, does Taylor Swift like blonde boys?
Aww.
Oh my goodness.
cute.
Totally. Travis has competition now.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, downside is Travis got a little bit bigger pocketbook.
That doesn't really matter to Taylor. She makes more money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I can't even. That just, Katie, I think you just choked me up a little bit. I think that's the sweetest thing that we've heard.
Yeah, he got so embarrassed about it too.
That, oh my God.
What
I'm
is this?
sorry.
What is stream sniping? What the hell is that?
Oh, that's when one creator is live and another creator just restreams them for their own content. We don't like that. We don't do it. We are. That's just not a cool thing. So it's a issue. But
Especially somebody like that.
yes, and it's bound to happen. Bound to happen because unfortunately we can have adult conversations. Listen. I hope that tonight has given you, has allowed you to see that there's an other side than what you've been faced with. And a lot of us stand in your corner and we stand with you and we don't agree what others are doing. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I really, again, can't say thank you enough for allowing this window into y'all's lives willingly, and nobody had to pry it out of you. Right? We didn't have to violate you for it. You willingly came in and had a conversation, and I cannot say thank you enough because you seem very reasonable. I've enjoyed Katie's chiming in. I think Katie's quite funny, and I appreciate both of you. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I'd had opportunities to come on multiple shows. We have been very selective, and it's nothing against anybody. It's really not. It's more or less timing kind of has to be there. I mean, my schedule's opposite of hers, and it's not very common that. I mean, actually, I think this is the second show that you've actually done where you actually talked. Yeah.
I do believe. I think she spoke in the first one. And yeah.
It was definitely an amazing experience. I'm very, very grateful for it. And I appreciate both of you taking the time to do it. And being able to hear the amazing things about Sebastian that we all want to hear and have wanted to hear. And I think you both are absolutely amazing, extremely strong people. And like she said, we're all in your corner, 100%.
Well, we appreciate it. And I mean, we're all Sebastian all the way, I mean, regardless of what the monotony and the drama, regardless of that, I mean, it's down to three parents missing their son. But I mean, we appreciate all the support. Everybody, not just in select groups, but everybody. Because I'm sure there's some people that want to come out and say something. They just are too reserved because they don't like seeing how much the bashing is going on. But no, we truly appreciate it with you guys. It's been awesome.
Hey, if you guys could give a message that by a random chance it could get heard, what would you want him to hear you say?
I would want him to know how much we love him and how much we miss him and how much we just so want him to come home.
I would add to that we love him, we miss him. There's a huge party that's waiting for him. It's like, so come on, we got to crack open these cupcakes. But
unlimited malt for life.
I don't know about unlimited malt for life now. Come on, that's
Okay, fine. Regular malt.
no, he's missed, and he knows it. It's just we just need him to come home.
That's right. That's right.
That's what people need to take away from this. That message right there. That's what needs to be clipped. That's what needs to be spread out, along with his photograph and along with his official missing flyer. That's what people need to take and run with. Please.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you guys coming up and chatting and filling us in and talking to us about Sebastian, and it was really nice to get to know him a little bit better.
And like I said, it's been great to come on the show and be able to have an opportunity just to not play 20,000 questions of accusational things, but it's been this is where I think we truly enjoy having this style conversation when it's not a forced thing, it's just a natural thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I appreciate you, Illuminati, coming up and hanging out too. Your husband, you know what I'm saying, all you guys, and I appreciate it. Do you mind if I play the video, Illuminati's video that she has with him? Is that okay that I play that, or you guys would rather me not right now, or how?
Which video? The one that she did
with his sweet tea, where he's got, because that's the only one I know of. I don't. Do you have another one on here? I didn't know if you did or not.
No, you can play that one.
Yeah,
that one's the best.
Yeah, that's it. I love it. It's my favorite.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, here comes the water faucet.
Yeah,
Cry.
every
Yeah,
time.
it tears me up every time.
You're so goofy.